Woman don't suffer, lower everybody. Suffer, suffer for enjoy forever. Money no like woman no like woman. She no be like water. If woman ever marry you, then she no be woman. If woman ever carry you, she no be woman. If she no got him up a side, they go they push you on a side, and eventually you then go suffer, suffer, woman.
I never talk you finish. I never talk you finish. I never talk.
Nobody be like woman.
I never talk you finish. I never talk you finish. I never talk.
Nobody be like woman. Now so mission, oh. Shall we get assignment? Suffer, suffer for enjoy forever. But you no pay attention to the intimidation she dey face. No be like water. You no get anything. If woman get confidence, oh, then she no be woman. Woman get money, wala share money. She no be woman. If she no got him up a side, they go they push you on a side, and eventually you then go suffer, suffer, woman.
I never talk you finish. I never talk you finish. I never talk.
Nobody be like woman.
I never talk you finish. I never talk you finish. I never talk.
Nobody be like woman. Nobody be like woman. Nobody be like woman.
And ladies, the pride of Africa, the emergence of Africa's future thinking female leaders begins in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, amazing African women. Woo! Who is excited to be here today? I'm super duper excited. I've not been able to sleep well. It's an amazing day, and this is the day we've been looking forward to. And I assure you that you are in for an amazing time. Who is excited to be a woman? I want to feel your energy this morning. Give me your best emojis. Show me your energy. African women are the best, and we are here to celebrate African women. We are here to propel African women forward. We are here to help African women connect with the leader that is within them. And you, my friend, my dear sister, you are an African woman. So you should be excited wherever you are. Like, I want you to raise the roof. I want you to raise the roof. I'm super duper excited, and I want to thank you so much for making it out here on this Saturday morning. I mean, some other women are maybe sleeping, maybe doing chores, whatever women do, but you are here because you value yourself, you value other African women, and I want you to applaud yourself for that. Yes, 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 I am an African queen. In fact, I want you to type it in the chat box. I am an African queen. I'm excited. I'm super duper happy to be not just a woman, but an African woman. African women are strong. African women are resilient. African women are industrious. I mean, I want you to just use your adjectives this morning and just type in the chat box, I am an African woman. Woo, woo, woo. Now, there are two things I want us to do as we begin the Pride of Africa conference. I mean, this is the day we've been waiting for, and we are finally here. We should have every woman in our network joining us here right now. So I want you to take the link. I'm sure you got the link to this program and put it on your WhatsApp status, put it everywhere. Let every woman in your world join in right now. Right now. I mean, right now. Okay. So welcome again. It's super duper great to be here. Welcome to the Pride of Africa conference. This conference has been organized to raise and to ignite future thinking female leaders. I mean, future thinking female leaders, female leaders, African female leaders who will not be afraid to take the bull by the horn and release their potentials to raise Africa to the level she is supposed to be, right? So this program has been put together by the Leading Ladies Foundation in celebration of the 2022 International Women's Day. And you might be wondering, last month was Women's Month. No, 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 no. We celebrate African women all day, every single day, okay? So get your friends on board, get your neighbors, your colleagues, your subordinates, everybody, every African woman you know should be watching right now. So this program is brought to you by the Leading Ladies Foundation, and we'd like you to show us some love. I mean, follow us on Instagram. We are on Instagram at leadingladiesfoundation.ng. I'm not going to ask you to do that right now because I know you would have to leave YouTube to do that, but make sure you remember to follow us on Instagram at leadingladiesfoundation.ng. All right, so welcome once again. Sit back, relax, and have an amazing time with our facilitators, the panel session, the question and answer, and we have some games. Yes, 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 yes. We have some games for you today. So it's going to be an amazing time. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Celebrate yourselves once again. All right, so now I'm going to be bringing on board somebody amazing to tell us a little more about, the Leading Ladies Foundation. So the next person, the next voice you're going to see, we're going to be informing you about the Leading Ladies Foundation, who we are, what we do, and why we are here. So sit back and relax.
Hello, African ladies. Good morning. You are welcome on board. I'm so excited to receive you this morning. So excited to have you here. All right, let me know that you can hear me. Where are you? Where are my ladies from Nigeria? My ladies from Ghana? My ladies from Benin Republic? My ladies from Zimbabwe? Come on, South African women. Let me see you. Let me see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm super excited. It is Pride of African Conference. Aren't you just so glad to be here Awesome, awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, ladies. Yeah, I can see you to Adewale all the way from the United Kingdom. Thank you. You know, you're going to do something for me. If you're joining in, I want you to put your flag up on the screen. All right. So send, a message with your flag. Let's see you. All right. So if you're from Nigeria, have the Nigerian flag and say Isoa from Lagos, Nigeria. I see you, my amazing ladies. Shena from Kenya. Awesome. Let's see you. Let's see you. Let's see you. Hey, it's so exciting to be here. Look at us, gathering women from all around the continent. Hello, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Such a warm welcome in this place, and I'm so excited. Oh, yeah. I see you. I see you. I see you. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Let's see where you're from. Let's get to meet you. Let's get to know you. This is the Pride of Africa conference. All right. And my name is Isao Koje. And I just want to tell you about the Leading Ladies Foundation. You may have been here because somebody invited you, somebody brought you in, all right? But hey, this is one of the best opportunities that you're going to be having to grow. The Leading Ladies Foundation started in the year 2016. Can you hear me? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for your responses. Thank you for your responses. It started in 2016, and our goal and objective is to raise African women. We are passionate about entrepreneurship. We're passionate about leadership. We're passionate about women empowerment. Oh my. We are passionate about helping every woman discover her genius. We are passionate about helping every woman discover her dream. This is what we live for. This is the reason why we do what we do. So I welcome you on board. The Leading Ladies Foundation, it's a wealth of opportunities. Too many things to learn from, too many opportunities to grow as well. All right, so we are 21st century women-centric organization. We have a goal to help women contribute to the quota, all right, the quota to the world through economic, political, and personal leadership. That's why we're here. We believe that every woman is a gold mine. You are royalty. We love you. We appreciate you. We believe that you are royalty. We believe that you are special. We believe that, you've got all it takes. Hey, we believe all of the world's resources is locked up inside you, dear woman. That's why we love you so passionately. We love women. You see, at every one of our programs, we have that love woven into it to transform you, all right, to help you, develop your capacity and your potential. We want to awaken the sleeping giants in Africa. You see, let me tell you something. Can you imagine an athlete running on one foot? How fast do you think that athlete is going to be? Impossible. But that's what we're doing on one foot. Just a few people, all right, contributing to the economical growth of the continent of Africa. But right here, we want to change that narrative. We want to ensure that women across the continent of Africa, Black women, have opportunities to grow, opportunities to build global brands, opportunities to affect the society positively. This is what we want to do. This is what we want to accomplish. We believe that if women would rise, if more women will become economically empowered, we can take children back to school across the globe. African children rank amongst the highest of children that are out of school. We want to change that narrative. We want to help women grow sustainable income. And we're saying, yes, you can start a business right from your home and you can grow it to become a global brand. If you're in the right network, you have the right information, you have the right people around you, there's nothing stopping you. And that's why we seek to bridge this gap, the gap of women empowerment, all right, all across Africa. We want women to have a voice. We want to end every form of discrimination and gender bias against women. All right, I tell women, you see, if it's going to be, it's up to you. If it's going to be, it's up to you. And that's why we're here to form a strong bond for women, to help every woman rise and every woman grow. Our objective is to create a paradigm shift in the African woman and enable her to make quality decisions. You see, it is said that there is no real empowerment without financial empowerment. We want to empower African women. We want to make them bold. We want to make them strong. We want to make them resilient. We want to ensure that every African woman can live the lives of her dreams. Until a woman is financially empowered, she doesn't have a choice. We want women to have a choice to medical care of their choice. We want them to have a choice they can have. We want to have a choice to the men they should marry. We want to have a choice kind of school that they should go to. We want to have a choice for the kind of business to start. We want them to have a choice to how to spend their money and what to spend their money on. We want to give women a voice all around Africa. You know, if you've never heard it before, you know, Black women produce the largest number of food in the world, especially African women. We want to empower these women. We want to make sure that every African woman is strong. It is said that behind a successful woman are other women. Hey, ladies, it's time for us to rise up and be the tribe of successful women backing up every African woman. So I welcome you to the Pride of Africa conference. It's gonna be an interesting ride. You don't want to miss any part of this conference. From the beginning to the end, all our speakers are lined up, they're ready, and they are waiting to pour their hearts out to you. Our speakers, you see, everyone who bring on board the Leading Ladies platform is passionate about women, and they have one goal: to make sure that women succeed. And so I welcome you to the 2022 Pride of Africa conference. We love you. We appreciate you. Stay tuned. You're royalty. You're special. You're strong. You're a woman. And we are Africa. Welcome on board. Thank you. Very quickly, we're going to show you a video. All right. So I want you to watch the video and it will tell you more about who we are and what we want to accomplish. Thank you and welcome on board. If your friends are still not here, please bring them in. Tell them it's happening live already. Be here. You can't miss any part of it. Thank you very much.
Imagine what the world would look like if more women were empowered today. Globally, women have long suffered stigmatization and marginalization, as many lack access to quality education, health care, and the right of choice. Dreams are left unfulfilled and potential unharnessed. In the last few years, however, the African continent has experienced a revolution leading to financial literacy among women. Even though the number of women who do not reach their full potential due to the uneven playing field is still very high. The Leading Ladies Foundation has taken a strong stand in helping the African woman rise and fulfill her potential through the launch of the Women Economic Campaign in collaboration with the Leading Ladies Institute. It is established that financial and business education is the key to unlocking the golden door of freedom, especially for women. Statistics show that the highest share of women in the workforce globally are found in Africa. However, many of these women are more likely to be in informal employment or running small businesses. African women are less likely to be entrepreneurs, and even when they do venture into entrepreneurship, the enormous challenges of running a business in a volatile economy cripples their creativity and limits their success. Women face far more disadvantages starting businesses. In 40% of economies, women's early-stage entrepreneurial activity is significantly low. It is clear that the world has a long way to go when it comes to unlocking gender dividend through the economic empowerment of women. By creating power in one woman, an entire community or society or even nation can be transformed. This is why the Leading Ladies Foundation has begun a relentless campaign towards bridging this gap through our flagship training, the Women Economic Empowerment Program. Our objective is to increase access to knowledge that causes a paradigm shift in the 21st century woman, empowering her to make quality life choices, sound financial and business decisions, especially in a rapidly evolving economy. Do you have a group of women to empower or sponsor? Our fine array of facilitators who support women empowerment are on board to train the women. By 2030, we would have accomplished all sustainable development goals aimed at equality and inclusiveness, making this world a better place. There is strength in unity only if we work together. With the price of a moderate meal, a generation can be raised. 1,000 naira only. Join us today. It takes a village to accomplish this huge dream. Be a part of those making the dream of women a reality. Empower Africa, one woman at a time. The Leading Ladies Foundation, a beacon of hope for women across Africa.
All right, welcome back. I'm sure you watched that very beautiful video about the statistics, of African women currently, and it's time for us to make that bold change. It's time for us to rise up. It's time for us to make significant difference in the life of every woman, in your life first, and then all the women in your world. Very quickly, we're going to have a beautiful quiz break, all right, before we bring up our first speaker for the conference today. Now, if you noticed, all through the month of March, we on our Instagram page, we started to share historical facts about some very amazing African women. All right, so I'm going to read out the historical facts about these women, and I'm waiting for you to tell me their names and their country. All right, are you up for the game? If you're up for the game, let me see you in the comment section. Say that you are up and you are ready for the game. All right, let me see you, African women. Where are you? Okay. How many of you remember those kind of quizzes in school? All right, especially on the assembly ground on Friday mornings or Monday mornings. All right, this is something like that. So I'm going to talk about this woman, and then you tell me who she is. All right, and I'm looking for winners on this particular segment. Okay. Let me start. She was born 1900 and lived for 78 years. She was a leading activist during Nigerian women's anti-colonial struggles. She founded the Abeokuta Women's Union, one of the most impressive organizations of the 20th century, with a membership estimated to have reached up to 20,000 women. Now, the Abeokuta Women's Union fought to protect the rights of the women. All right, she's the mother of a legendary Afrobeat musician in Nigeria. What is her name? What is her name? I'm waiting. What is her name? Let me see your comments coming in. Let me see your comments coming in. Yay! Tutu Adewale, I see you. Fumi Ransom Kuti. And we have one winner. Awesome. Thank you, thank you. Fumi Ransom Kuti was an amazing, strong woman. Very strong, very strong. A phenomenal woman. I mean, you could call her a warrior queen. She was like that, standing up to the rights of women. All right. So I have another story about a woman. All right. She was the first lady of civil rights by refusing to give up her seats. Now listen to this. She's called the first lady of civil rights by refusing to give up her seats. All right. She was said to have been accosted by a driver, and she was arrested because she refused to give up her seat to a white man. in a Montgomery bus that was reserved for white citizens. Okay. She said, and I quote, "People always say that I didn't give up my seat because I was tired, but that isn't true. I was not physically tired. I was only tired of giving in." Ladies, who is this phenomenal woman that is called and remembered by history as the first lady of civil rights? Hey, Tutu Adewale, you're again. Rosa Parks. Thank you, thank you. Would you please celebrate Tutu Adewale? That's Rosa Parks, an amazing woman who refused to bow down. All right, she said, "I was tired of giving in." And she stood her ground. She was arrested, she was maltreated, but hey, she brought a strong awareness of what we should do as women. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I hope you're learning and you're getting familiar with history, especially Black women who have paved a way. Now there's another lady. She's called Africa's Iron Lady. Africa's Iron Lady. Are you here? Africa's Iron Lady. Okay, now she's a Nobel Prize winner, recognized as a global leader for women empowerment. She was named on one of Forbes' 100 most powerful women in the world, the most powerful woman in Africa. The Economist call her the best president the country never had. She led Liberia's reconciliation, recovering the nation's decade-long civil war, as well as the Ebola crisis, winning the international acclaim for economic and political change. Ladies, would you tell me who this phenomenal woman is? Africa's Iron Lady. All right. One day soon, Tutu Adewale, I will be Africa's Iron Lady. Thank you, Adora. She's Ellen. She's called Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. All right, Ellen Johnson, an amazing woman, beautiful woman. Ellen Johnson, that's who she is. She's called African's Iron Lady. African's Iron Lady, that's who she is. I have two more people I'm going to introduce to you, all right, and then we'll take it up. So that's Ellen Johnson. Ellen Johnson, I hope that you got that. She's called African's Iron Lady, Ellen Johnson. Now I have two more women, all right. Now she was the first Black woman millionaire in America. She made her fortune through a homemade line of hair care products for Black women. And this woman was very passionate about helping the Black woman look beautiful, especially her hair. And at that time, there were not many products that could take care of the African woman's hair. All right, she was born to parents who had been enslaved, and she was inspired to create hair products after an experience with hair loss, which led to the creation of a special product all around America at that time. She built a big business empire with first-selling products to Black women directly. Ladies, would you tell me who is this amazing African woman, this Black woman who made a difference to create hair products? Thank you, Mary Fowler, Madam C.J. Walker, an amazing woman. You know, her product was called Wonderful Hair Grower, Madam C.J. Walker. Yeah. You know, she was such an inspiration. She is still such an inspiration. You know, if you're here wondering, you know, is this thing really valuable? Is it valid? You know, should I have it now? Hey, ladies, you can be the next person. You can make, you know, the next valuable product for all of Africa. She saw a need. She saw a problem. She saw a challenge, and she filled it. All right, she filled it. All right, and last on my list, I want to introduce, the last African woman, and I want you to tell me who she is. all right, who she is. Now, this woman is phenomenal. She rises up against every form of gender discrimination. She rises up against every form of bias. She builds a successful business empire. She lends her voice to every African woman across the globe and the continent of Africa. She makes it, her responsibility to build a sustainable brand. She makes it her responsibility to create financial empowerment for women. She makes it her responsibility to ensure that she rises to the helms of affairs in Africa. She makes it her responsibility to empower African women all around her. She has told herself, I will stop at nothing till I see myself rise and African women rise. Ladies, I want you to tell me, this woman is listening to me right now. Who is she? Who is she? She's inspirational. She shows up as a strong leader. She's listed on Forbes' list of most powerful woman in Africa. She's listed on Forbes' list as the wealthiest woman in Africa. She's listed on Forbes' list as the most influential female leader in Africa. She's listed on Forbes' list as the future thinking woman of Africa. I want you ladies to tell me, who is this woman? I can see all your recommendations. I can see all your recommendations. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. All right, keep it coming. Awesome. 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 Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. All right. I see you saying it's Speedy. It's Speedy. It's Dr. Arifalo. It's Dr. Arifalo. Hey, ladies, can I announce to you that the person I just spoke about is you? Yes, you. You are the one who would lend your voice for African women. You are the one who would rise up to influence. You are the one who will be listed on Forbes' list. You are the one who will build a sustainable brand. You are the one who will rise up to the helms of affairs. You are the one who will save us in politics. You are the ones who will save us in the educational sector. You are the one who will rise up for other women. You are the ones who will take children out of school back to school. So can I see you say it's me? Can I see you put your name there? You are the one I'm talking about. You are the one I'm rooting for. You are the one I'm celebrating. You are the one I'm saying, yes, you are the pride of Africa. You are the pride of the globe. You are the pride of African continent. That's you. Yes, you, Julia. You're saying, is it me? I just spoke about you. And that's what we're surely going to do from this conference. We are going to make you Africa's pride. We are going to make you number one. We are going to make you Africa's strength. We are going to make you Africa's courage. We are going to make you the woman of Africa. It's you I am talking about. Yes, you. And thank you for everyone who is saying it's me, who is putting their name there. You are the pride of Africa. You know, right now, if it was a physical conference, I feel like saying stand up for the champions, because you are the champion of Africa. And that's why a woman will tell you, stop staying low, stop bowing down, stop caving in, don't throw in the towel, don't live a mediocre life. You were born for greatness. You were born for significance. You were born to make a change. And if not you, who else? If you don't take care of Africa, who will? If you don't rise up, who will? If you don't make a change, who will? And so I stand, I salute, I celebrate you. You're here, you're growing, you're the champion that we're looking for. You're the deliverer that Africa needs. And you are the strong woman we are waiting for. You are Africa's pride. And right now, we're going to play a song. I believe we have a song interlude. All right. But you are the one. You are the one. And I want you to see yourself like that. You're gold. You're royalty. It's time to find the gold in you. It's time to sharpen the skills. It's time to make yourself, prepare yourself for the global scenes. And thank you so much. I use this opportunity one more time to welcome you again to the Pride of Africa's conference. You are Africa's pride. We're rooting for you. We stand for you. We celebrate you. We honor you. You're precious. Welcome on board. and we move on to the next segment of this virtual conference. Thank you.
Woman don't suffer, lower everybody. Suffer, suffer for enjoy forever. Money no like woman no like woman. She no be like water. If woman ever marry you, if woman ever carry you, if she no got him up for side, they go they push you on the side, and eventually you then go suffer, suffer, woman.
I never talk you finish. I never talk you finish. I never talk.
Nobody be like woman.
I never talk you finish. I never talk you finish. I never talk.
Nobody be like woman. Now so mission, oh. Shall we get assignment? So far, enjoy forever. But you no pay attention to the intimidation she dey face. No be like water. If woman get confidence, oh, woman get money, wala share money. If she no get him up for side, they go they push you on the side, and eventually you then go suffer, suffer, woman.
I never talk you finish. I never talk you finish. I never talk.
Nobody be like woman.
I never talk you finish. I never talk you finish. I never talk.
Nobody be like woman. Nobody be like woman. Nobody be like woman.
Olori Boye Ajayi is an international trade consultant and staunch advocate for female entrepreneurs. 3 words best describes her mission: Africa, trade, reform. Olori's devotion to excellence and the growth of the African economic ecosystem has been repeatedly recognized. Here are some of her recognition awards. In 2017, she was listed by SME 100 as one of the top 100 female entrepreneurs in Nigeria. In 2018, she was nominated by the U.S. State Department for the Distinguished International Fellowship Program. In 2019, she had a Distinguished Service Award from the IBLP Alumni Association. In 2019, she had an honorary award from again. She was honored by Ideation Hub Africa. In 2020, she was recognized as leader and mentor
entrepreneurs. 3 words best describe her mission: Africa trade reform. Olori's devotion to excellence and the growth of the African economic ecosystem has been repeatedly recognized. Here are some of our recognition awards. In 2017, she was listed by SME 100 as a top 100 female entrepreneur in Nigeria. In 2018, she was nominated by the U.S. State Department for the Distinguished International Fellowship Program. In 2019, she was given a service award from the IVLP Alumni Association. In 2019 also, she was given a honorary award from the African Fashion Development and Empowerment Center. Also in 2019, she was honored by the Ideation Hub Africa. In 2020, she was recognized as leader and mentor by U.S. Consulate General Public Affairs Office, Lagos, Nigeria. She was also awarded Outstanding Female Entrepreneur of the Year by the Entrepreneur Africa Awards in 2020. She serves as the president of the Export Community Agency, ECA. She also authored a book, Borderless Trade, during very difficult times in Nigeria, where there was a need to look inwards to see what more could be given to aid the advancement of entrepreneurs, businesses, and the economy. Pride of Africa Conference is excited and honored to host Olori Boye Ajayi. Let's give it up for Dr. Olori Boye Ajayi.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Ifemade. Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here today. I mean, I'm already having a good time. I feel like I've been writing notes. I've just been like, yes, bring it, bring it. Thank you, Isoa, for sharing with us. And yes, you know, when she was reading all those accolades, I was like, listen, we are in the right room. We are in the right room. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Pride of Africa Conference, for inviting me. I want to say a special thank you to Mrs. Dotun Arifalo, and of course to the Leading Ladies Foundation and the Institute. You know, I'm not a newbie here, so I know that I'm going to be encountering some names that I've seen before, and it's such a pleasure to be back here. You know, I feel like I could just go home. There were so many things that Isora shared. I was just like, oh my God. You know, I was already feeling the pump that, yes, there's so much work to do in Africa. But the good thing is I'm in good company today. I'm in good company because you that are here with me as women are the accelerators. You are the social change agents. You are the one that will birth the new Africa. And guess what? Africa is on the rise. You don't know it because maybe you're in a part of Africa that looks like things are not going well. But I promise you that this is not the case for the rest of Africa. There are certain areas, South Africa, Kenya, even our neighbors here, Ghana, even in Togo, the continent is rising. My question is, which part are you going to take? I'm going to take us on a journey. So please, if I was to give a title to what I'm going to share today, is that you are Africa's next miracle. Write it down. I am Africa's next miracle. I am Africa's next miracle. That can go in your confession somewhere. You can put it down to ginger yourself and say, listen, I might not look like it right now. I may look tired, worn out, burnt out, but it's because of the situation of the country I'm in. But I'm still energized by the longing and the demands of my continent as is right now. And I'm going to be a pivotal part of it. I want those to be the kind of confessions as a businesswoman. Every time you're saying things about your business, bring it to a continental level. Take it to a continental level. If you're selling puff puff, take it to a continental level. If you are a legal advisor, take it to a continental level. Everything you're doing, take it to a continental level. I'm gonna, just reiterate my topic that I've been given today, and it's positioning women for global opportunities in international trade. I love the topic. When I read it, I was like, oh, I mean, leading ladies just want me to flow in and out everywhere with this topic. So let's go on this journey. You know, many times when I get asked to speak on this topic, and that is quite a lot of times, I realize that the women I'm speaking to are phenomenal, but they just don't know it yet. I'll say it again. You are already phenomenal. We're just waiting for you to manifest it. I'm not trying to hype you. I'm not trying to make you feel good. I'm telling you that resilience you have, whether you're in Kenya, whether you're in the UK, whether you're listening from the US, from SA, Zimbabwe, I'm telling you that you are already phenomenal. We're just waiting for you to rise. But here's the thing, today, specifically today, at this conference, I don't want to address everyone as a homogeneous group just because we're all women. I strongly believe in a conference like this, we are talking to women at different stages and phases in their lives, right? And this is important. Hey guys, super, super good to see you. I'm seeing so many people. Hi, Ifiok. Thank you so much, guys. You know, and the interesting thing about it is that it will be unwise for me to address everyone as if we're at the same level. Do you agree with me? I don't think it will be wise of me to do that. So here's what I've done. I've created this presentation in a way that you can pick your lane where you are and then take it from there. Thank you, Christine. Christine says she's the next miracle. Yes, you're Africa's next miracle for sure. Right? Now, where are the opportunities is one thing, but let me tell you some of the things you need to know. There are 3 things you need to know. Three things you need to know. In order for you to get into the international trade space, there are basic things that you need to have, all right? Number one, you need information. Let me explain. When we talk about information, and like I told you in the beginning, I need you to create your business with a global view. Create your services. If you're a service provider, you're an educator, you're somebody who is in real estate, whatever it is you're in, create with it that I'm going to serve the global market, right? Now, I'll bring it to the continental level for the sake of this conversation in many ways. The information you need, and I'm going to shake it up a little bit, it might not be nice. And let me explain what that means. For you to go global, you need to understand basic demand and supply. Basic demand and supply. If you don't understand it, you're going to create a product that there's no demand for. I'll say it again, no. Because I've noticed that a lot of us are creating things that in 10 years' time may not be useful to this continent. You need to gather information, come out of yourself, of your business, of your design, of your current state of knowing your business, and be objective. Be objective. Say, okay, what is the market? And I know that, the Institute is great for the economic empowerment. So I know they've asked you to do your numbers. You need to know the numbers. If you're in the beauty space or the value chain of the beauty space, you need to know your numbers. And the interesting thing about this information is it must now be trade information. You can go on Afro-Exim Bank. Afro-Exim Bank is the largest trade finance bank for Africa. Go to their website. They have a trade portal. You can write these things down. Today, I don't want you to write any deep quotes. Just write useful information, very, very key, that will take you from A to B. That is my job today. Everyone here will find something, that is for sure. And you will find it useful and you will implement it. That is what I know here. So trade information is critical. You need to understand the basics of of labor versus capital. Labor versus capital. Understand it for what it is. Understand the game theory. Write these things down. Some of these things I'm saying may be new to you. If you don't know it, you can't trade globally. And for women, we need this to be very, very much in our faces. Please don't let somebody be talking about maybe some things that are happening, labor shortage or capital shortage, investment shortage or FDI shortage. And you are just there, you're like, I sell cream, I sell food products. No, you can't be like that. All right. So it's very critical for you to have those kind of information in your mouth, not even your fingertips, in your mouth, have it there. All right. Now, the second pillar for trading internationally is markets. Markets. I love this one. Very, very critical. Markets is something that I believe everybody wants. How many of you want to take your business into another market? Maybe you're thinking Kenya, you're thinking South Africa, you're thinking, maybe UK, US market. You're looking to explore and expand. How many of you want that? Let me know in the chat box so I can even be writing your names down, knowing who we want to address here. All right? Right? So you have to understand what markets mean. Markets have all kinds of players. They are stakeholders, right? These stakeholders are people like you and I, right? So we are buyers in that market. There are people in that market that are distributors. So they are the ones that we actually, we don't engage with. We engage with the retailers. Okay, Rejoice, I see you. Ojomo, I see you. Folakemi, thank you. I love the names. Love, love, love. Rabiat. The interesting thing about it is that market, I'll break it down in a simple form. There are only three types. Three. Domestic market, regional market, and international market. Question, which one do you want to play in? Let me know in the chat box. Which ones do you want to play in? Domestic, regional, international. Which one do you want to play in? The one you want to play in, when you decide, we will now break it down. As a stakeholder, which one do you want to operate as in that market? So I mentioned earlier that you as the buyer, You as the distributor, you as the retailer, some of you are retailers, some of you are manufacturers, some of you are sourcing the raw materials. You've got to decide. Somebody said all three. I love it. But we would take it incrementally, progressively. We won't just jump. You understand? Because I tell people, one of the reasons why you love what you love is because it grew. It didn't just appear. If it appeared, it means that it was already at that maturation stage, right? So you've got to decide. I love it. Ade Dotun says, look, leave me at regional level. I'm good. That is fantastic. So my question is, when you've decided how you want to play, and I'm breaking it down, I'm still going to go to some other things. It is key for you to then say, where am I going to get the capital? Where am I going to get the capital? Oh, guys, listen to me. You don't just become global. Oh. This thing is a journey, number one, and then it's a plan. Question, where is your global plan? I did say your business plan. That's one level. That's the level that helps you to launch. I'm talking about the one that will get you to the global markets. Where is the global dominion plan? Where is it? Where is that? You need it. Don't just say I'm global. Don't even put global after your business name thinking that's enough. It's not. The finance to market is one of the issues that women in trade are facing today. It's one of the biggest challenges. There is a $42 billion gap. $42 billion gap against women. Imagine that. Between us and, let's say, the global investment space. It's too much. It's too wide. So question, how will you get the money? How will you get the money? Let me help you. The first way, this is, and I need you to, be, as I'm saying it, just be writing it. In order for me to get the kind of money I need for my business, please write the following down. Number one, get re-educated about finance. Get re-educated about finance. The way finance works in the global markets is not the one that you are doing with your phone with transfer. It's not that kind. This one is that in every market, like I'm telling you, there is now, and you'll be familiar with this word, so I'll use it for this illustration. There's a cabal. The cabal have mapped out in the world system who will get what money and when. Meaning that Africa, as we know it, the reason why some of them are having mercy on us is not because they really care about us. It's called territory taking. So they map out a territory and say, oh yeah, I don't want to mention any particular foundation, but they can say, send this foundation to Kenya. It doesn't mean that they're being philanthropy. It's not a philanthropy thing all the time. It's that the cabal sits on the finances of the world system, then allocates it and say, you take this, you take this, you take this. Question, how does the money get to you? How does the money get to you? You are there. You are just a lawyer. You are providing business structure. You help people structure their business. Let me tell you something. The biggest word you can take from me today is scale. Scale up everything you are doing. Scale it to the biggest and most possible. Guess why? The big guys only know you if you are visible. I'll say it again. I started going with a particular color consultant of mine. I realized I'm ready a little bit to go to my next level of scale, because scale is in different, it's in different parameters and measures, right? But that's not today's class. But your visibility, whether as Tomi Odedokun, you as one, and then your brand that you are building. If I type in now, Biolu's impressions, what will come up on Google? If I type in Anne Aneto, what will come up on Google? Please Google your name. Google your name now. As I'm talking to, oh, you can't go off. Please don't go off. Don't go off. Don't go off. I just realized you're on YouTube. Don't go off. But Google your name. How visible are you? I'm not here to teach you how to sell. I'm here to help you see that there's a market waiting for you and your name is on it. There is a market. That thing you are selling, that yogurt that you think is just, it's not a big deal. Like, how can I compete with, Fan Ice? Yeah? Don't worry, I'm going to finish well and we're going to be absolutely bedazzled by it. So those are the big three things you need at this level to go to the next one. Except you have another phone. Exactly. Thank you, PD. She says, except you have another phone, you can Google your own name. Google yourself. Google yourself. What is the weight behind that your name? Is it just showing your Instagram followers? Is that all you are about? Or are you a thought leader? Are you a thought leader in what you are doing? You may be making bags, but sister, you can make this thing. When they see your profile, they'll say, woo. Hey, let me tell you something. Some of you don't like some people that are hyping themselves on Instagram. Do you know why they are hyping themselves? They need the visibility so they can get the funding. In the funding world, it is not by your good works. It is by your visibility. Guess why? The donors want you to showcase their work. Stop thinking like I don't want to be controversial, but stop thinking too goody. Don't be too goody about it, because the world we are in is a system that you even believe the way it works and is organized. The world system is organized. Let me rush. I'm spending too long. So those are the big three. Guys, it's information. Get information about your product. How well is your product going to sell in the global market? If you see that it's not going to sell well, please redirect. I didn't say drop it, but redirect. Okay. Second one is market. Which one do you want to play in? And as what? The value chain of your product is very critical for you to know which one you want to handle. And then the last one is finance. That finance one, I could sleep on it. I'm telling you, it's a big world out there. The funding world is not for children. It is not. But you come correct. When you come correct, they will listen to you. So I move on. Now, guys, the next thing I want to talk about before I finish, and when I have 5 more minutes, please let me know in the chat. I need to finish with a particular story. The opportunities that you need are no longer about the who do I know. Let me explain it. We're not in a world anymore that is rich versus poor. We're no longer in a world that is about white collar versus blue collar. We're in a world now, this new system we are in, is leverage versus unleveraged. What did I say? Leveraged versus unleveraged. You cannot do the things you are doing right now and nobody knows you. You can't. You've done too much. You've done too much. The kind of impact that you've made, if you package it well, they will listen to you. Opportunity is about positioning at a certain standard and level. It's not about, oh, wow, what you're doing is really lovely. No. It's about that thing that you've done. Can you package it so that you are positioned for the opportunity? Since we started the Borderless Trade Network, it was as if they've been waiting for a network that is only fixated on trade and women in trade. Opportunities started coming, and they are coming almost every day. My staff can witness to it. We don't know what to pick anymore. If I had known this, I would have positioned earlier. So I'm telling you today, position what you are doing to attract the opportunity. Stop chasing opportunities. Stop. At a level, that may be how you start your leveraging journey. But I promise you that I know some of you here, you are not, in fact, you are not half where you should be with the amount of work you've done. You've done too much. You're not a child in this thing. You've done trainings. You've done too many things. The art of leverage may be the way you will break through in the next season. And I'm saying this because leverage means many things. It's who knows you. I didn't say who you know. Who you know in the leverage game does not matter. Who you know. Then number 2, who are you with? I'll give you a good example. This one, in fact, it's changed my life. So on the Borderless Trade Network board, we have 3 directors. And one of the board directors, he's my sponsor, right? He's a man. Let me tell you this, ladies. I don't shy away from saying it. I was with the UN Global Compact team last week, and we're talking about their regional hub they want to set up in Nigeria, right? And they were now saying, oh, how can we help women with mentoring? I said, look, women to women mentoring is good, but how about we pair women to men? There's nothing wrong with it. If you claim that these men are the ones that are hindering us, pair women to men. You know what I found? My director, who is my sponsor, anytime he sees an opportunity, because he knows I'm doing well, I'm keeping myself accountable to him. I'm constantly telling him, sir, if you see anything that can help me, just please position me. That's how I say it. I don't mince my words. I don't mince my words. I need his leverage. So he calls me sometime in December. No, I called him in December, greetings, December greeting. I've already sent gift package to him. So he called me, he says, OBA, you this girl, you are always just kiniko. When you receive intelligence, receive the spiritual one, receive the one that will position you. It's not all by, for those of you who have been in the game for a long time, it's not just by hard work. There gets a point your hard work can no longer return something to you. At that point, you multiply it with leverage. You've worked too hard. You've worked too hard. You devoted your life to what you are doing. This assignment has taken from you. It has taken. You've given it everything. It's time to leverage. Anyway, so this man calls me and he says, Olori, can you guys hear me? I don't know if anyone can hear me. Can you hear me? Wow. Can you guys hear me? Oh, great. Thank you, Afolasha. Great. But I'm not frozen anymore, right? Am I still frozen? Okay, thank you. Right? So it's not time for hard work again. It's time for leverage. So this man calls me and he says, Olori, I think you'll be very good. I'll make you one of the directors. I said, sir? He said, yes, I think you are ready for this. I said, yes, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm actually ready. So I help my destiny. He said, okay, I'll have somebody call you. Guys, by the time we unpacked this thing that he wants me to do, it turns out it's a $758 million a year gap that we are trying to put the solution in place. 700. When he told me the figure and showed me, I said, hey, Father, I knew I was made for greatness. How many of you know that you are made for greatness? How many of you are feeling the greatness? Oh, yes, you are made for greatness. I said, oh my God, by the time I now threw my value, don't forget I told you you've worked too hard. So it's now time to do what? Bring your value. I now came with my value into the first board meeting. Guys, the man, by the time we finished, he said, Olori, let me make you a shareholder. I said, yes. I said, I'm ready, sir. I'm okay. I'm ready. We are ready. We are ready. So now I'm a shareholder. Imagine, and you will all know about it in just a few weeks. Seth, you will know about it. But this is it. The institutions are backing it. All the trade industry institutions are backing this idea. I was stunned. You know why? I can't pull the institutions, all of them, like the way he did, but he has the leverage. He has the leverage. So I'll give you this one quick. 3 things you can do next to help yourself leverage. Number 1, get your sponsor in place. Get your sponsor in place. Your sponsor is somebody that is calling your name in the room that you can't yet be in for different reasons. Identify that person. Start following their work. Say hi to them, at the point that is right, not at every point. Do you understand? Because some people will be stalking you any which way, right? Identify, number 2, your mentee, your mentor. Now, this mentor, I'm not saying have one for life. Guys, I have about 20 mentors. And I have them for different things. I have the one for my elegance. I have the one for my brand visibility, my executive visibility, my executive mentor. You need it all. To pull out your greatness will take more than one mentor. Excuse me, you are too good for one person. Carry yourself well now. What is that? Carry yourself well, please. It takes more than one person. You need many flavors. Let them bring it. Number three is that is your advisor. Do you know, I've realized that a lot of women don't have advisors. They have friends. Your friend may not be your advisor and shouldn't be, if you ask me, so that they are objective. They're not afraid to hurt your feelings. I have advisors. My husband is one because he's very objective with me. He doesn't care. He doesn't care that I'm a certain way upset. He would tell me, babe, I think, this deal is good. This contract is not good. And you have been to, he would give it to me. Why don't you ask for more? Why don't you put yourself a bit out there? You need advisors. At this stage of your business, you are no longer a small business. Say it. You are no longer a small business. Medium businesses, they put all these structures in place. They put it all in place. The last person is your hype woman. Get your hype woman, please. Your friends that will be doing like you, you'll be saying, Fagbe me, now only you. Jumoke, it is only you, say. You are the only person that can do this. I do it to my friends, they do it to me. They do it to me. Who is cheering for you? Who is saying, please rejoice, now you. What are you saying in this media space? You are the one we are looking for. Get those people, you will need it, because the day you're not feeling like it, they are the ones that will help you. I'm moving on quickly. Now, the last part I want to talk about before I now go to my example for you are the intangibles. And because we're women, I have to deal with it. There are not many things that I talk about in this area, but I don't know, for some strange reason, when I was preparing for this class, I felt really led to talk about the intangibles, things you need to sort out, women. Let's sort it out so that it doesn't become an issue. Number one is understand your creative energy. Some of you are hormonal for whatever reason, right? You find out that your energy levels is fluctuating during the month, and all these things are affecting how you produce, because your productivity is super tied to your value. If you're not producing much, you cannot be valuable. You will be inefficient and you will not bring anything to the table. Productivity is not about how hard you're working. It's about using all the things and being resourceful. Be resourceful. That's how value comes. Being resourceful, knowing how to put this with this, collaborating with this person to get this outcome. Be resourceful. Don't think you will be productive every day in a month. How many of you understand what I'm saying? Like, you realize your energy just goes funny at some points in the month. It's okay. At those points, take care of yourself. Use it to rest. You need rest, please. You need rest. Stop working every day of your month and thinking you are okay. You are not. It's not good for you not to rest. At your level, with the age that you are now, impute rest as part of your productivity. Rest is not time wasted. It is time to reflect. It is time to gain vision, to gain again your why. And you can do it once in a week. I do two days a week. I do 2 days a week. I'm not going to work myself to exhaustion. I refuse that life. I refuse to be somebody they look at and say, you are only, wow, you look like 50. I'm not that woman. I want to look young, beautiful, and I want to dominate. Do you understand what I'm saying? Rest. Number 2, ask for help. I've realized that a lot of people ask for the wrong kind of help. They say, ma, please, I'm needing a mentor. No, don't come with that first. Tell me your value. Tell me that you've been in this business for the last 17 years. I've been in this business for the last 6 years. We've been able to enter this kind of, we have this kind of customer base. And all we're looking for now, I'm just looking for somebody to help me determine what my next most significant step should be. Hello, I will listen to you, but don't always ask for mentorship. Don't always ask for mentorship, because really you may just need an advice. You may just need advice. Everybody cannot be your mentor. Pick your mentor according to the global plan I spoke about. Your global plan is what determines your sponsor, your mentor, your advisors, and then your hype woman. Hello. Ask for help. Ask for help. Number 3, spouse control. Hello, ma. You are a woman. In the culture we are in Africa, I'm sorry to say this, and in other parts of the world, it's not even just in Africa, many parts still in the Western world do not value you as a woman. But you need to control certain things within your home. Your spouse is one of them. You can't go global when you are thinking of the fight you and your spouse just had. You cannot allow yourself to be drained by your marital issues or your financial burdens because you, as the driver of your destiny, cannot put some controls in place. Put your controls in place. Some of you need to think of how to get more money. I was speaking to a very popular guy yesterday, and he was telling me about his wife. And in that part of what he was saying with his wife, I could hear him saying, I'm tired of sponsoring my wife's dreams all the time. I need her to make money. That was, in essence, what he was saying. Some of you cannot continue relying on your husband the way you are. You can't go global with that much reliance on a human being. How about you rely on a system? Don't secure the bag, secure the bank. Secure the bank. Which bag? Bag no reach me. I can't be okay with a bag. I will secure the bank. Move yourself fast, but control the people that may be a hindrance or make you trip along the pathway. Number 4, quickly, time. Guys, please give it time. Give it time. Don't be in a haste. Chill. I've told you this when we started this class. You are phenomenal. You're already phenomenal. We're just wanting you to share it with us. Just share it with us. Give this dream time. Incubate. The incubation period is why a lot of people fall away. They say it's too long, it's taking too long. Let me tell you, everything that is good and global takes time. Coca-Cola took time. McDonald's took time. KFC, you name the brands, put it in the chat box. They all took time. USC, what's the name of this company that does Indomie? Honeywell, all these guys, they took time. But they were deliberate. They knew where they were going. That's why I said, what is your global plan? Have an activation plan for global dominance. Have an activation plan that pushes you from point A to B. Have milestones. You look at it and you're saying, yes, I'm moving closer. Borderless trade for me was a way of moving closer to global dominance. Right now, the potential revenue income of our network is about $3 billion. I'm moving to the 300s. I'm moving there. Now, as I close, thank you so much. Thank you. The reason why I said you are Africa's next miracle is because we don't only need you at a time like this. We need you to ensure that Africa is represented adequately in the global space. And you can do it with your product. You can do it with your service. I'm going to share my screen now and show you a lady who has done this. And the news has kept me jumping for joy that, yes, I knew we could do it. I knew it. As a woman like you and I. She's a woman like you and I. She's a mother. She's a mother like you and I. She's a wife like you and I. She's Christian. She's all of that. Guess what she sells, my people? Just guess. Yogurt. You know yogurt? But yogurt, for those who may not be Nigerian, yogurt. She sells yogurt, frozen yogurt. This lady, 7 years ago, I remember, when I still had my fashion truck business, she gave me a space outside of her business parking lot every Sunday for 2 hours. Every Sunday. Every Sunday, 2 hours. And people will come. She didn't charge me. She just gave me that space. Over time, things just started to happen to her business. The big guys came from, a global brand came from, outside the country and entered her space and literally almost ran her out of business. This girl relocated. She left the country, but she didn't let the passion die. She knew what she was called for. So she started to rebuild and all of that. Before you know it, she started to make like tubs of her yogurt, of her frozen yogurt. I'm going to share my screen today. As at 2 days ago now, after almost 8 years or 10 years in business, I don't know how many years, she's now in Walmart, in 110 stores in Walmart, frozen yogurt. Listen, you may not understand what it means, but are you in how many stores are you in? Walmart. That is representation for you and I. That is representation for you and I that, yes, a black girl like me can do this. Come on. Where are the women? You are the pride of Africa. Go and show the world to Africa. Go and show Africa to the world. Let the world know that you are so good. You are too good. And you know, I don't know if you guys can see my screen. Can you see my screen? I'm going to, please let me know in the comment section if you can see my screen. Can you all see my screen by any chance? Okay. I think you should be able to now. This is her brand. I'm assuming you guys are seeing it now. It says dairy on a mission. Can you imagine? Dairy, the milk you and I are just putting inside cornflakes, is on a mission. Imagine. See what they've done. They have sweet kiwi. Some of you know sweet kiwi because you live in Lekki, those who live in Nigeria, right? They do keto granola now. But here is the part I want you to see. This is how you build your global plan. She says Sweet Kiwi Creamery is on a mission to impact the dairy agriculture value chain while tackling what? Food insecurity and malnutrition. How? By empowering local dairy farmers and building sustainable, financially inclusive business model that supports our community. Our kingship model helps support our mission by sourcing high quality ingredients only from known trusted farmers, suppliers, makers to ensure quality. I mean, guys. Question. I'm done in literally 2 minutes. If this is not ginger enough for you, she's now in 110 stores in the United States of America. A woman like you and I. So don't tell me your hats cannot go to the global market. Don't tell me as an educator you can't go because who wants to, offer? No, you can. You can. It's really just up to you. Plan this thing like you are planning your birthday. The way some of you plan birthdays, plan this thing like that. You can't allow yourself to be small. Oh. You are not a small business owner. Stop taking that title. No, I'm not a small SME wear. No. With these few words of mine, I hope I've been able to help you see how to position for these opportunities that are global, because you are a phenomenal woman. You are global in your outlook, in your manifestation. Everything about you is global dominance. Thank you so much, Leading Ladies Foundation. God bless you. I did want to talk about some other things, but I'm hoping that during the Q&A, like I said, about the company that was floated, and also some other things that I know will benefit some women in beauty, some women in food and services especially. But I'm hoping we'll get to those questions. Thank you.
Wow, was that amazing or what? Women, can we celebrate Dr. Olori for that amazing session? Such insight. I mean, that was very, very insightful. That was very instructive, as a matter of fact. Can we celebrate Dr. Olori? Thank you, Ma. We are so grateful. That was power filled. Now, in less than 2 minutes, I want you to share what stood out to you during Dr. Olori's session. Even if it's just one thing that you're taking away from that session, because it's important that we're not just talking and hyping ourselves, but we are actually learning, because this is a platform to learn. Okay, so what are you taking from Dr. Olori's session? I want you to type it quickly in the chat box for us to see. And while we're at that, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You are on it right now, so just hit the subscribe button and also turn on your post notification, because we'll be sharing other content after the conference that will be beneficial for you and for your business. So type in the chat box for me what stood out to you during Dr. Olori's session. I want to hear from you very quickly. And also follow us, click this, hit the subscribe button, and make sure that your post notification is on, right? Like this page, make sure your comments keep pouring in, and let us continue to have an amazing time. So I'm still waiting for your feedback. What are you taking away from Dr. Olori's session? What stood out to you? Yes, you can be extremely great in whatever it is you're doing. You saw somebody, we just saw somebody that is selling yogurt, right? That seems common, but she has made global impact through that. Yes, you are phenomenal and your business is big. You are a big deal. Your business is a big deal and you are global. Yes, yes, Barbara, don't give up on your dreams. Thank you so much. Yes, you must go global with your business, and it starts from your mind. Okay, thank you so much for your comments. So we're going to continue in the Pride of Africa conference. Do not forget that this conference is brought to you by the Leading Ladies Foundation. I would like you to subscribe to this channel and turn on your post notification. So coming up next is a short video testimonial from one of our women, a global woman who has gone through our institution. She's going to be sharing with us what our experience was like. So sit back and relax. Thank you very much.
I'm the creative director at Toss Creations. At Toss Creations, women of exceptional taste. I had started Toss Creations for quite a while before I ran into LLBI. And then when I came to LLBI, I realized that I've just been doing business like the market woman, the everyday market woman. And I can remember how I felt when I started the classes and I was made to know that, oh my God, where have you been? You have such a wonderful business, such a wonderful design, and no one knows you. You're not out there. LLBI actually made me to see myself in a different level. They took me from level 1 to like level 100 because that was the changing point for me. It was a turning point, and that was when I knew that yes, I had to be out there in the faces of everybody. And I came into LLBI in 2017. By 2018, I had gotten an award, Women of Merit Gold Award. It was a national award. At LLBI, you meet with other boss ladies. They are doing something great in their own corner, telling their stories, and you'll be amazed to see that there are lots of people out there that are doing something great in their house, but because they do not have that support, it is kept within. They don't know how to expand, how to build on such knowledge that they have. So that's one thing LLBI did for me. And one thing I noticed about LLBI is that you have the support that makes you want to do more. So for me, I see women empowerment playing a very important role in businesses. You can't take off the networking and the amounts of support you get from amazing women, the ideas you pick from other brains too. I tell women that they say the sky is your limit, but I say the limit is you. You are the one that sets your limit. Once you believe this is where you can be, yes, it is absolutely possible. And to be honest with you, I started with zero capital, no bank funding, no external support. Everything was my own sweat and support, and I built it gradually. You don't have to wait till you have a million. At a point, I realized that I was also wasting money. I got a very large store that wasn't even making the money for me than the online presence. So what did the training do to me? We decided to close down our physical shop and went strictly online. And it's amazing how we have grown over time. It was at that point when I went to LLBI, I saw the things within me that I didn't realize that I wasn't I was not capitalizing on. If you are there sitting at home and wondering what can I do, I'm telling you, there's a lot in your hand that needs to be discovered. I once thought I could never start a business. I felt that I was a 8 to 5 kind of a person that would not be able to manage a business. And look at me today. I'm a woman in a man's world, doing shoes, competing with the men, as in I am competing with them. It's time women take the bull by the horn, take their destiny in their hand, and decide where they want to be. Take your story from nothing to something. Take it to a level where you'll be proud of yourself. And when you look back, when you see your story, you will smile and say that all those times of struggle, all those times of tears behind the camera, behind the door, that you have actually achieved and you are happy. You can't leave this world not fulfilling that thing that makes you happy. It's not really about money, but sometimes it's that self-fulfillment, to be happy with what you are doing and be fulfilled that, yes, you are passionate about it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome on board. Wow, what an amazing session. Dr. Olori, that was truly amazing, and we really appreciate you. Now, in a few minutes, ladies, I believe that you have questions that you like to ask. You have questions, would you quickly ask your questions? Now, Olori is here to attend to those questions. Please quickly type those questions out. All right, type those questions out. Where are you? Thank you, Dr. Olori. That was super amazing. Like, you really truly blew us away. I was literally holding on to my to my seat. Thank you so much. That was awesome. You said
Thank
a
you for
lot
having
about
me.
re-educating yourself about finance. That's so important. It's amazing how many women don't even understand finance. Okay, so we have a first question. What do you advise a woman who has never ventured into business? Like, how do they discover what to venture into? Wow, this is broad. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jackie.
It's a good question, and I think it's a question that everybody should go back and ask themselves, even those already in business. Are you really in business? Are you really in business? Because I spoke about demand and supply. So, Jackie, what you really want to do, because your question is a really great question, I think what you want to do first is look at the market. What is currently in demand? That is one approach. The second approach to discovering what to venture into is what is the future of markets right now? What is the future? So I'll give you an example. Right now, there is a huge prediction, very, very concrete, that there's going to be scarcity of food, right? There's food insecurity as well, right? So whenever you hear something in the news, and I hope as women, who are economically inclined, you guys are watching the news, right? You can't say everything bad is happening on the news. It's actually from the news I know what to tap into next, right? So when you hear the food insecurity is the first layer problem. What will the food insecurity cause? Food scarcity, and then this, and then layer it. You can then plug yourself across those problems you've identified and say, you know what, I think I might just enter this. I might just go into this. So I'm just using food insecurity as an example. But one of the ways to quickly tomorrow, if you see a problem, look at the demand. What is the market share you can take for yourself? Is it 1%? Is it 0.9%? What is that? Put it out in numbers. If you are not in love with numbers as a business owner, it will be very difficult for you to make the good decisions. I'll say that
Right.
again.
So true.
If you don't like it's going to be difficult for you, So don't shy away from mapping out the numbers, and don't be afraid, Jackie. Don't be afraid. Oh, will it fail? Will it not fail? You won't know unless you try, So that's my advice.
Thank you. Thank you, Olori. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, that was so apt. Thank you very much. All right, ladies, would you send in more questions? Send in your questions. All right. Olori has a few more minutes here. What questions do you have? Practically speaking, Olori, now they're here for you. How do you go about spouse control without offense? I know this one is
Right.
really big, especially for African women, considering our culture, our religious background, So please,
Yeah.
please go on with that.
Thank you, Maureen, for that very good question. Because it is, like I mentioned, it's an issue that we've all faced at different points. I don't think I have all the answers myself. But one of the things that I do know is that I have had to consciously build with my spouse. I'll say it again. You are building something of your own, but I think it's wiser for you to prayerfully find out how you can plug your spouse into what you do. It may not be telling them about your business plan. That may not be what will get them. I know many people who have struggled to strike this balance just because it's something that they just don't know how to do. Prayerfully think it through, that where can my husband come in? Is it through just different stages of your business, you need your spouse in different ways. That's one of the things I found. But one of the issues I find with women who are passionate and are driven is that they want to do. So they are just doing. They are not looking back. They're not saying to themselves, okay, how is this affecting my family? I was with my friend yesterday, and on her wall in her office, because I had to do a meeting in her house, on her wall in her office, she said, remember to be a wife and a mother. She wrote it there on the thing. And I get what she's saying, because she doesn't want to offend her husband, because next to that, Maureen, she has her goal, $100 million. She put it side by side. So she's reminding herself, I'm still a wife, I'm still a mother. So Maureen, you need to build systems that don't bring offense. You must build systems. Spouse control is really systemic. It is systemic in nature. It is an art. Catch yourself when you feel like you're spending too much time going on your retreat, being too, oh, I want to do vigil. You are just not being emotionally intelligent. Maureen, the long and short of what I'm saying is, in order not to offend anybody, especially your spouse, your children, because your children too can be offended. It's not just your spouse. You need to ensure you are emotionally intelligent. emotionally intelligent. Talk to the emotions doctor as well. She's very good with this. Emotions doctor. That's her name. I can't remember her real name.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's so apt. Thank you. All right. Questions. Ladies, please send me your questions. All right. I saw one question, but somehow it was taken off. All right. Would you put it back? What if you are passionate about what you're doing, but you have no support from your fellow colleagues? Lydia Wanja.
Pia, you're probably going to have to help me break that down. Which colleagues are we talking about now? What does she mean by that?
All right. So, Lydia, who are you referring to when you say
Who are you
colleagues?
referring to? Yeah.
Would like to know.
Can you let us know in the chat box? Yeah.
Who are you referring? All right. Please send in more questions. You have questions for Olori about her session, what she said. Please send in your question. I particularly love what you talked about when you said your hype.
Okay, please go ahead. About what?
All right. You know, when you said your hype woman. That
Yes.
Who is your hype woman? You know,
Yes.
and that's why it's important for women to be in communities where they can receive support from other women who have the same mindset as them as well.
Right.
Someone says, how do you rebrand without losing focus?
Wow, good question. I think it's really starting with the end in mind. It's really about starting with the end in mind, because if you know where you're headed, you really, really would have to go off track. Like, you'd really have to go the other way in order for you to lose focus. Focus is a big deal. You can't just lose focus by the next big thing or this. If you are somebody who is focused yourself, it's very difficult for someone to derail you by the next big thing, because focus is a calculated effort. It's not just something you are accidentally doing. It is something you are deliberate about. You are sure that I need to do this thing. So you are focused, whether laser or not, laser focused, but you know that this thing is something I want to do. So your rebranding process, take it that it will evolve, because I know some people, when they rebrand, they feel like, is this still me? Your brand has to evolve. What it was in the beginning is not what it's going to be in 10 years. Be okay with it. Trust me. Now, in my executive level, I'm literally telling myself that I'm okay being the person that my, call it, industry needs me to be, to sit comfortably in that role. So try not to be rigid. Try not to be rigid. I think that's really what I would say about, not losing focus. Sorry, Pia, I just want to say something to, I can't remember, Jackie, who spoke about the venture. Another thing just came to my mind, and this is something that I am doing with the people in the network, which is, sometimes you don't need to start something new. You can actually join an existing consortium or a special purpose vehicle. And what that just means is you can join businesses, just put equity down, rather than saying you want to go and develop capacity to do the business. The world has moved on from ownership to collaboration and sharing the pie. Share the pie for the long term. Be in that thing for the long term. So I would also say you should try that out, Jackie, that you don't have to go off and now start earning about oil and gas or mining or something. Look for a business that is doing well. Approach them if they have shares. Put your money in there, let it grow, and you do something that you want to do.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Olori. You've been so amazing. Now we have just one last question for Olori. All right, one last question, please. What is currently in demand, and what is the future of the market?
Right.
This is
very
broad.
Good question, Elizabeth. It's very broad, but here's what I'll tell you about the factors that will control the market. I can't tell you the future of the market, but I'll tell you about the factors that will control the market. Number one is the single free trade agreement, the single market. So right now, let me tell everyone here, and I know some of you know this already, but the truth is Africa is now going to operate as a single free market. What that means is that customs, tariffs, all those things that used to stop us from trading with one another is literally going to come down. They are going to do it periodically over a few years, but ultimately, It's the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. You need to know it if you're in business in Africa, because it's also going to affect how you open yourself up to the global market and also to trade with them. Now, another demand is competitive products. Competitive products and services is not really about, oh, whose zone is better, whose zone is this. It's about whose own is functional, whose own is uniquely positioned, which ones. I mean, you've seen in those stores where in one area of the store, you can see 5 brands, right? There's a place for your brand. Don't worry about how many people are doing it. It's about, does your brand solve that customer's problem right there and there, right? Think about that. That is not going to change. Another future, I'd say a factor of the future of markets is the rise of the digital market. The digital market is also, it brings into cognizance things like digital currencies. If you're shying away from that, it means that you are not operating from a futuristic point of view, right? There's the rise of AI, artificial intelligence. How can you as a business owner, even as you are now, start to think of things that you can quickly put in place? And if you need to talk to specialists, talk to specialists. Talk to specialists, because the digital age and the rise of digital products, digital enhanced services, technology is really going to enhance a lot of things. I spoke to a friend yesterday. She said, I'm no longer in media. I'm a tech company that operates in the media space. I said, hey, you get it. You get it. Right? So those are things that are important for you to think about for the future of markets. You then obviously do your own research on the industry you play in at the moment. I think that would be very important. But yeah, I think, Elizabeth, it is a good question. What is the future of markets?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Olori. It's been amazing having you here.
Thank you so much.
I mean, the insight, the wisdom, everything
As
we've
always.
learned today has been so transforming. And, you know, right here, Africa, you know, is rising. Right here, African women
Right.
are becoming the anchor of economics. You know, they're becoming the anchor of global finance, and we're not relenting, we're not stopping, we're pushing, because we are
Correct.
the pride of Africa. We celebrate you for
That's
all
right.
that you do for
Thank
women
you.
in international trade. God bless you. We love, 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 love
Thank
you
you
from
so
all of
much.
us
Love you guys.
at the Leaders Foundation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ladies,
Thank
we
you, guys.
have coming up, thank you so much, our next speaker. All right. Now, I mean, it keeps getting better and better and better. She is one phenomenal African woman, and you can't even wait to hear her. Thank you so much. She's up next.
Just Omomo Ibe is an economic growth and development consultant, rebuilding the African economy through entrepreneurship, youth employment, education, and trade. She is the founder of the African Government Stakeholders Engagement Forum, the One Africa Movement, a multilateral organization partnering with the different African stakeholders to deliver the Africa we want by 2063. She is also president of the Association of African Startups, a pan-African organization with upcoming membership presence in the 55 countries in Africa, equipping startup entrepreneurs with resources required to build sustainable businesses with a view to rebuilding the African economy. She is the lead consultant at the Just eBay Company, a management consulting firm with key focus on sales, marketing, digital strategy, business communications, sustainable economic development strategy, market research, and intelligence. She is the co-founder of Inscribe Tech, a startup tech company revolutionizing content creation, distribution, and sales. She is the president of the Just eBay Foundation, a non-governmental organization urbanizing communities and empowering widows and orphans in Africa, among other leadership positions in top organizations. Her methods and strategies are not typical, as she works with both the emotional, psychological, and spiritual aspects of our audience, customers, beneficiaries, and the various stakeholders to get them to results. Our greatest belief is that Africa will become one of the greatest economic superpowers of the world and is actively involved in making this happen. Pride of Africa, let us welcome Just Omomo Ibe.
Good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me loud and clear? I'd like to see in the comment section. Can everybody hear me loud and clear? Good morning, Tutu. I see you. Thank you so much for welcoming me. Thank you so much. Yes, they can hear me. Fantastic. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Oh, sorry. Olori. Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Olori. That was more than a class. I'm going to come to her, but before her, I want to go to PD. Thank you so much for having me here. It's such an honor to serve the Leading Ladies Foundation and his people and her people. Thank you so much, the entire management of Leading Ladies Foundation, for having me here today. And to my dear sister, Dr. Olori, thank you for going ahead of me and setting the tone for today's conversation. I like what you have done with everyone who is here. And I know that from Olori's conversation, there's a bit of tension going on inside you. And I know, I understand. And it's imperative that we begin to have those conversations. Now, there are two ways to process these classes. It's either you let the steam fizzle away after the class, or you sit with that steam and allow it to do something to you in terms of tangible transformation. I'll say this again. There are two ways to process what just happened here today. I'm talking about Dr. Olori's class. It's either you allow the steam fizzle away after the class, you say, well, I cannot come and kill myself. That's usually the most predominant response. There is another way, however, to sit with it and allow yourself be transformed tangibly by what just happened. Because I believe that one of God's greatest gifts to mankind in this season is the gift of knowledge. Let me say that again. One of God's greatest gifts in this season to mankind is knowledge. And knowledge from vessels that he himself, God, has taken time to train and retrain and transform. So when they come to you with knowledge and information, they are not every other person. Because their voice has the capacity to do two things, inspire and then push. Dr. Olori, by the grace of God, falls into that category of persons. Her voice inspires you to show you possibilities of what is existing that you can learn if you allow it to do so. I've not started my class. It's just imperative that we talk about this. So at the end of this session, because I know that what I'm going to also bring to you is going to stir you up so much. At the end, don't be in a rush to stand up from where you're seated. I will also go and sit in my car and think about myself, literally, at the end of this session. Because when I teach, I'm being taught. And listening to Dr. Olori, there are radical changes that must be made. You sit wherever you are And allow what you have learned, let it enter you and shake things. It's uprooting. When you uproot, you now begin to consciously pick, this is my action plan. This is the next line of action. That's the only way you will change. If not, we will talk and talk and talk, and nothing will change. This is the first admonition. Having said that, I'll go into my conversation proper. Today, I'm going to be talking about positioning African women for global impact through entrepreneurship. I recognize that some of you here may be entrepreneurs, some of you may be aspiring entrepreneurs. I do believe that everybody in any form of career whatsoever is an entrepreneur. You know why? An entrepreneur is somebody who sees a problem, proper solution. That's an entrepreneur. So whether you are in a job right now, working for somebody, as long as you daily solve problem, you're an entrepreneur. They call them entrepreneurs. But it's a categorization of entrepreneurship, right? So I want everybody here to believe that what I'm teaching you today is for everybody, whether you work in one 9 to 5 or you have started a job, or you have started a business, or you are about to start a business. Everybody is going to be affected by this. So now that your hearts are open by the grace of God, let's go straight into our conversation. In order for us to be able to be positioned as African women for global impact through entrepreneurship, the first thing that must happen to us is the borders in our mind must be broken. Olori said a lot of things about global dominance, about positioning, about branding. But all of those things will not sit if the borders in your mind have not been broken. Anyone who is a sustainable entrepreneur that you have seen and continue to see today, tomorrow, and all this while, at a corner in their homes, they have seen themselves actually dominating globally. That means that the borders and the limitations in their own mind was long broken before they even started the business. Or at the point where they started the business, the borders broke so that they could see what can potentially be as far as their businesses and them are concerned. So it means that we must begin to rethink how we see ourselves, whether it is just a new business or it is an idea. We must rethink how we see it. And the reason why I say this is some of you carry ideas that for the longest time is the solution to Africa's deepest problems. But because you have trivialized these ideas for so long, you are not even mustering the courage required to launch. It seemed like an idea, but guess what? Every seed that became a forest started as a seed. That idea in your heart right now is actually a seed, and it's the seed that Africa needs. So the border in your mind must be broken such that you see that idea, you see that business as God's investment to you for Africa. Let me say that one again. And this is something that must happen right now in your mind. I believe, God, that as you are listening, something will open up. What literally, it will open up. And you say, thank you, God, for giving me this idea and this business because you wanted to invest in me so that I can invest in Africa. That's what your business is first. Not because God wanted you to have a means to an end. Every time you see your business or an idea as just a means to an end, or your job as just a means to an end, you have trivialized the investment of God in you. And because you trivialize it, you don't see beyond what you eat. Do we see this? That's why these borders must be broken. If not, you cannot see how much of an investment it is. You just see it as a means to an end. Every money I make, let me eat it. Every money I make, let me eat it. We are on this table. We are a lot on this table. Why? Because you don't recognize that that is an investment in you so that you can carry it to Africa. When God wants to transform a nation, he's looking for men. Meaning that God gave you that idea because he's like, I need to make Africa an economic superpower. So I'm going to look for Oluwabu Sayomi and pour into her the next solution to food shortage. And Oluwabu Sayomi, we look at it and say, everybody is selling yogurt. What's my own? And God is like, seriously? I sent you as the savior to Africa with that idea, but you have sat on it because of your own limitations. So you must see it beyond, I want to eat, I want to drink, because the God that we serve is too magnanimous to think about human beings in terms of eating and drinking. Did you hear that? He's too magnanimous to think about human beings. in terms of eating and drinking. That's the only thing that God did not tell you to pray for. He said, since I have been young, now I'm old, I have never seen a righteous man hungry or beg for bread. God did not tell you to pray for it. It's your daily bread. It will come. So that means that if you are seeing that your business as just a means to an end, that's an insult on the fact that God already said your daily bread is taken care of. He gave you that business to be able to show to Africa what he carries that you must show. That's the first stage. That border must be broken. Now, the next stage of mindset reawakening is how we see our individual and global contributions for immediate assessment and projection. Now, this is a mouthful. Let me try to break it down. Because us as Africans, we really do not have proper representation. Dr. Olori mentioned it earlier. It means that the things that we bring to the table, because we have trivialized it so much, we don't even see what it is, so we cannot represent it. That way, it is easy for us to be pushed aside. And it has gone on for too long, oh woman of Africa. So there's a reawakening that must happen for you to see what is my individual contribution, number one. What is my global contribution, number two. First, she was talking about what market you want to play in, right? Domestic, regional, and international. I listened to all her, most part of her sessions. But guess what? Before you start talking about what markets you want to play in, guess what? You have been contributing for a long time. You just haven't captured it enough. In fact, some of you have never captured it. And that's why today's discourse is positioning African women for global impact. So that means up until now, what has been, up until now, what has been your impact as far as entrepreneurship is concerned? So that means all of you will actually sit down and begin to look at your impact assessment in terms of your contributions to GDP, in terms of the reduction in mortality rates, okay, in terms of addition to public health, in terms of nation building, in terms of education, in terms of leadership, what is your contribution? I refuse to accept that all the women who are here have not added tangibly to all these things I have mentioned. I'm talking about GDP, reduction in mortality rate, reduction, improvement of public health, addition to nation building, improvement of education, improvement of leadership. I refuse to believe that you haven't added something to these different sectors of the economy. It's impossible. So all of you are going to sit down and calculate. They say 50% of African entrepreneurs make the GDP of this country, right? And by extension, the GDP of this continent. So you, as a small business owner, how much is your revenue at the end of the year? How many staffs are you paying? How many livelihoods are you feeding? Your family that you are feeding, guess what? It's a contribution to the Human Development Index of Africa. No, we didn't see it that way. You feed 10 people and you're a family of 10 every month, you are contributing to the Human Development Index of Africa, because when the Human Development Index is measured, it's measured in terms of the satisfaction of the citizens of a nation. Imagine you feeding 10 people. You are feeding a particular percentage of the populace of this country, but you don't see it as that, so it's not captured in your impact assessment. Do you see this? Some of you, when you leave here and you prepare your pitch, you will go for presentations, they will look at you and say, how much you say you need? And we give you double. Impact assessment. And in reporting this, you have to start looking at actual storytelling. So let's say you're a foundation who does something in the local environment and you are taking children back to school. And all you are saying is we buy school bag, we buy shoes. Guess what? You will never be paid attention to. But you're saying you're reducing infant mortality rates, meaning they are not going to bed hungry, starvation. You are reducing infant mortality rates. Guess what? United Nations will look at you and say, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, these are the kind of people we're looking for. You are contributing to the GDP because XYZ number of persons are now employed in this locality. You are contributing to the GDP. Education index, you're educating 14 children. You're adding XYZ percentage to the education growth in this particular community. Leadership and nation building, now you are mentoring and raising people. I mentor a lot of people. I have mentees. And guess what? What I'm doing is I'm adding to the nation building quota of this, the nation building development quota of this continent. In fact, to the world, not just continent, because I have mentees across the world. So if you speak to me, I'm somebody who is particularly interested in every area. And that's how you saw it right in my bio. Guess what? That's what we do. If I'm raising a people who I want them to become a better person in society, I'm adding to the nation building development quota of that country and continent. So, somebody says she can't hear. You guys, somebody says she can't hear. Is it just me? Hello, can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, fantastic. You may need to check your audio, please. Thank you. Great. So, I have mentioned different particular indicators. There are a lot more. Because I refuse to accept that African women, you have spent 3 years in a business and you don't have contributions in GDP, you don't have contributions in education development, in child, infant, mother. No way, you do. But because we don't understand impact assessment and impact reporting, what happens to us a lot of times is we are underrepresented or misrepresented. So you find that you check online, the only data you only see are data of people who come outside from the country to come and do an owners are refusing to report our impact. Somebody like PD, guess what? She should be talking about her impact in terms of percentage growth to the GDP of this continent. She raised a person like Toss Creation. Toss Creation is a business that employs people that is improving the education development in a nation because she's sending children to school. Then a PD should have an impact assessment report that shows her contribution to GDP, to education, to nation building, and all the different things that matter. Impact assessment and reporting, that's stage one for proper representation and to avoid misrepresentation. So I've talked about us going to look at all our contributions at individual level, at global level. And I've mentioned specific parameters that you should use. There are a lot more when you sit down and look at your business. There are a lot more. Good. Now, our real contributions are underrepresented because even we don't see it. The minute we begin to see it, thankfully for classes like this, you now see it, you will sit down. If you have to pay somebody to do your impact assessment report, please do. And let me tell you why this challenged me. When we started the Association of African Startups, one of the first things I started to do was look at organizations that were doing what we were doing in TAS. Antonio Elumelu Foundation does something similar to what we do in TAS, even if our visions and missions are completely different. But they do something similar. So I went on to search for Tony Elumelu and what I saw blew my mind. What I saw was his impact assessment report for the last 10 years. I was downloading and downloading and downloading. After downloading, I opened it, I started to see the parameters. I'm like, what? Like, in my mind, I'm like, hey, no wonder global superpowers are looking for him, get his positioning. That's what Olori was saying. Dr. Olori was saying. Impact assessment report. The man we talked about how he's talking about impacting human development index, all manner of things. So I sent one of the reports to my team and I said, team, this is our goal. He's doing similar to what we're doing. This is his impact reporting template. We're going to actually make sure that we're covering impacts in these areas. Our 2021-2022 impact assessment report, we're still working on it. Because when organizations that matter begin to look for people, they want to see what you have done. What you have done is not just the number of people you sent to school. Those things don't count, they're underrepresentations. Having said that, the next stage after mindset, you have to go online and check. I just told you how I went online. I saw one for Tony Elumelu because he does what I do. So look for who does what you do and create an impact assessment template based on what they have done. There are a lot on the internet. They are limitless, right? Any industry, just an impact assessment industry report template, food industry. Impact assessment, you will see plenty. Download for yourself and use, right? Every brand should have it as a brand asset. Okay, having said that, The next thing is think global in terms of market dominance and takeover. Think global in terms of market dominance and takeover. Dr. Honore asked something very powerful. She said, what market do you want to play in? Local, regional, and global. Pick one. And different people pick different things. Howbeit, there's something I want us to say. I think the scripture is in Psalms chapter 1 or Psalm chapter 2. He said, ask of me nations as inheritance. That's what the scripture says. Ask of me nations. So when I talk about thinking global, as far as market dominance and takeover is concerned, I'm talking about women who are sitting down and saying, God, give me Kenya as an inheritance. God, give me Europe as an inheritance. God, give me Middle East as an inheritance. God, give me Japan as an inheritance. Where are the women asking God for nations as inheritance? That's what I'm talking about when I say think global when it comes to takeover and dominance. It means that you will sit down and in asking God for these nations, God will begin to tell you how to actually dominate those places from your small village. I'm not joking, guys. I'm not joking. I'm speaking with you as somebody who God has given Africa as her own. Listen, this continent is mine. I say it authoritatively. Africa is my child. And everything about Africa is going to happen, as far as I'm concerned, in my time. And if I have to leave, I will hand over the baton to others because Africa is mine. I have sat down, I've collected Africa from God. And he says, take my daughter. And how you know when God has begun to give you these nations is when he begins to breathe upon you concepts, frameworks, blueprints, solutions that would help that particular region or nation or continent that you are asking God for. Every nation, every person who is going to take dominion over anything. Strategy is great. If God doesn't give you that nation, you will dance around in that city and dance forever, you won't get it. As believers, I need to be honest with you. That is why you can see somebody who was nowhere to be found, and all of a sudden they enter into the scene. They are taking over, take left, take right. You're wondering, where did they come from? Guess what? They knew the shortcut. The shortcut is go and sit down and say, give me this nation, God. And you cry like a wounded lion and collect the blueprints. And by the time you come out, you are deploying left, right, center, and people are wondering, hey, Joe, where did she come from? My story. My pure story. Meaning that where was I all of this while? How did I start shouting Africa, Africa, Africa? I sat down and I collected it. When I finished collecting it, it started to come as blueprints. It started to come as frameworks. It started to come as assignments. It started to come as business ideas. It started to come as initiatives. All manner of things, it was coming. And as it was coming, it was entering into different nations, bringing people from different nations and bringing them to partner with me. Listen, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. There is the shortcut. The shortcut is staying and collecting the nations. Earth is the Lord, the fullness, the world, and all that dwell therein. It's his. And the beautiful thing about collecting it is that God is not just a God who just talks. He is a strategic God. You guys need to understand that God is a strategic God. God can download to you the strategy for 10 years and you sit there in your room. I'm speaking from experience, guys. I'm not coming here to motivate you. My next 10 years, by the grace of God, is patterned out. What I will do part-time. In fact, some of them I've done over syllabus. Yes, I have done over syllabus. I've gone to do the one that is not even yet time. And God is like, Auntie, we'll start the lane, say, keep it. It's still for XYZ number of years later. So that means that when it's time every year, we say, you see that one that we have written, but yeah, it's time for it now. Literally. When you finish collecting it, he now begins to tell you strategic implementation. It exists. It depends on what you want. As how you see is what you collect. It's as basic as that, right? Howbeit, it doesn't change the fact that you must be positioned. You must package yourself. It's not me that told you about impact assessment. God will not come down and do that for you. You are going to have to do that. But the actual taking territories, taking dominion, taking over, you collect nations. You collect nations. Okay. Having said that, to back all of these things up, right? You now need to do your market entry and domination strategy. You have to do your market entry and domination strategy so that at every point you understand what your implementation plan is. If you are going to be sitting down with a strategist to help you do that, fantastic. There are people who, what they do is they bring in strategies from different places. You sit with me, push me here. You sit with me, push me here. That's fine. If you're going to sit with God to do it, make sure that you are patient enough to collect the full blueprint. Because here's why I find that there is a divide. Because people are usually very excited to collect new ideas from God, but they don't wait to see the full-blown, how shall these things be? That's why it looks like God gave me an idea. I don't know what else to do. You didn't stay. That's not the God that I know. Let me say it again. It may look like God gave you an idea. You don't know what else to do. No, you didn't stay. That's not the God that I know. The God that I know will give you the whole 9 yards complete. It's whether you want to stay or not. Because God wants to, it's you and him. And lekpo. Pardon me if you know Yoruba. And lekpo. So as you are lekpo, as you romance him, he'll be dropping. It's the full 9 yards. He doesn't give you idea and tell you, go and worry. If you are worrying about an idea, you didn't stay to collect the full-blown blueprint. How be it? There are times where God will say, let me just give her the idea and send her to Justibe. Go and meet Justibe. I'll breathe upon Justibe to show you the full 9 yards. That's also another complete possibility. Because some people may not have built their level of intimacy with God to a depth where God, they are patient enough to get the whole 9 yards. God will not say, I like you. I love you. I don't want to waste your time. I've given you the go and sit with PD. PD will help you the full 9 yards. Or some who don't even have, that level of, okay, I heard anything. They just know there's an idea. Go and meet XYZ vessel. The person has been raised for a time such as this. So I'm showing you 2 divides. Whatever divide you fall in, fantastic. It works fine. As far as you have your full-blown market domination strategy, and you have your step-by-step implementation plan to carry out what you have been given by way of idea and by way of business. Right? How do you do that in terms of your market domination strategy? The first question is you have to do a product research. Dr. Olori talked about it earlier. When we say product research, we're talking about the use of the product and the acceptability in different markets. The use of product and the acceptability in different markets. Now, I know that for an average SME who is in Nigeria and you're trying to enter into the Kenyan market, and you're wondering, how do I do this? There are 2 ways I'm going to share, right? Again, I like to be very, I don't hide my principles. I'm a God person all the way, and I have seen him show up all the way. So I will share with you that one, and I will share with you the contemporary one. Choose your pick your choose. Right? So let's say you have an idea and you're in Nigeria, you're trying to enter into a Kenyan market. And the expectation is that you are doing a product research to see the use of this product and the acceptability in the Kenyan market. What do you do? 2 different ways. The first one is you are probably planted in communities where there's somebody who is a Kenyan person, right? Who has access to the market. You have a meeting with them. You discuss with them to say, this is my product. I'm trying to enter into the Kenyan market. Help me or partner with me. Or what do I do, right? Where you leverage networks, you leverage people to actually get into those markets, and then you guys enter into a partnership. I will tell you the advantage and disadvantage of it too. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I will tell you the advantage and disadvantage of it too. The advantage of this one is that sharp, you can easily just put something in a group that you belong in. Maybe you belong to African Trade Women Organization, and you drop it. Sharp. You get somebody who say, I live in Kenya, and you set up a meeting. In 1 week, everything, you have started seeing and having meeting. That's the advantage. Very fast, right? Seeming very fast. The disadvantage is, what if you're in partnership with the wrong person? Guys, What if you're in partnership with the wrong person? A good gift may not be a God gift. And I say this a lot because as women in Africa, for a time such as this, we are not just women, we are saviors. And a savior cannot walk anyhow. As a savior, you don't walk anyhow. The scripture says, walk circumspect, as people who are wise, not as foolish, because the days are evil. That means as a woman in Africa, for a time such as this, you are a savior. A savior cannot be trying left, right, and center. No, you can't. Jesus did not come here and for 3 years try left and center. He knew the price. He knew the goal. And he went circumspect to the cross. So you, as an African woman, except if you are not the category of people who I'm talking about, if you are not in that category, that's fine. But I am a savior to Africa for a time such as this. I cannot walk anyhow. I must walk circumspect. If not, one wrong move can derail me in destiny. One wrong move can take me back 100 yards. So disadvantage is, what if it's a wrong person? What if somebody who you shouldn't be doing anything with in destiny? What if the person is corrupt and all the different things? What if the person already has an issue? The second area is how me I will do it. It's not as if I cannot do the other one. Oh, I can do it. I have access to so many of them. But how I will do it is, Father, we are entering Kenya, just like you said. Who is going to be our representation there? And the God that I know. It's just a matter of time. The person will show up. Now, I have a different agreement with God. I don't know about you. Me. As far as it is time for the thing that I need, as far as the assignment is concerned, the person will come to me. The person will come to me. Yeah. You may not have gotten there right now, and that's okay. That's why I shared with you the other area. It's okay. The person will come. Or the person, God will introduce somebody who will introduce somebody, and before you know it, I will get to the person. And in meeting the person, you will know that this meeting has been ordained in time. Because just when you open your mouth and the person opens their mouth, it will be like Mary and Elizabeth, something will leap. You will know this one was meant to be. And that's how virtually every partner I have met on my journey to growing all the things God has put in my hands, as far as Africa is concerned, that's how they have all come. They will send them. And most times, guys, part of the strategy that I wasn't even seeing will be inside them. So as we meet, it's almost as though it's coming into a full-time circle of the things God is wanting us to do. I've seen it happen with Accept. I've seen it happen with African University of Entrepreneurship. I've seen it happen with every single thing that the Lord has placed in my hands. There are people who have been sent to help you birth. They are there. You call them forth. As far as it's God has given you the nations, they are there. That's step 2. I wasn't meant to mention that in my slide, though, but the Holy Spirit says say it. So I've said it. Choose your pick your choose. Product research in terms of uses and market acceptance, stage 1. Stage 2 is product research for your products in terms of actual gaps. Meaning, what gaps can I fill in the market that my competitors are not filling now? You see, easy way to do market research, guys. I'm just giving you a very easy way. Product research, what is the product used for? Is it acceptable in this market? The second question is, what gap can I fill that the other competitors are not filling? You must look well because it exists. You must look well because it exists. If you are unable to decode, sit down with somebody who's a strategist. Let them help you open that product and show you a gap that you can potentially fill that your competitors are not filling yet. It exists, right? Now, the next question is competitor research. Competitors research. That means by their presence and their interaction and engagement in the marketplace, what opportunities have they created by their engagement? So that way, when you have these answers or the answers to these questions, it's almost as though you can now go back to your own product and say, products, based on all these things I have asked, they are not ready. We need to do better. Or based on all of these things I have seen, we are more than ready to enter into the market. So it's important that product research is part of your strategy if you are going to be positioned for global impact through entrepreneurship. Okay? The third thing on this stage is create and join global business market associations. Create and join global business market associations. When I say create, you see, as African women, we are the pride of Africa. And embedded within us are associations and councils that the world needs to come and join so that Africa can be proudly represented. As much as we want to join other associations, some of you are creators of associations. That's why I put the word create and join. That means that where you are at, as much as you think that you're one small place, what have you done? If there's something tugging in your heart to create a group or association for, please do so. Because we have an entire decade, an entire century ahead of us. That United Nations is the most popular today does not mean they'll be the most popular forever. Take that prophetically. Take what I just said prophetically. The United Nations is the most popular today as far as defending the peace of nations is concerned, does not mean that they will remain popular forever. Peradventure, that one God is telling you to start up, that is a conflict resolution committee or institute. Peradventure, that's the next one that's taken over from United Nations. Peradventure. Create and join global business associations like African Business Council, Women Economic Forum, and be clear on your objectives, because it's not just joining because I want to be a part and blow or network. You are joining because you want to create representation for Africa. We always have to have this at the back of our mind. We are at the stage where we can no longer be selfish about our achievements or accomplishments in Africa. We can no longer be. Men, I don't want to say men don't care. I don't want to use that word. But I believe that as nurturers that we are, I believe strongly that God saved the best for the last. I believe so. So that means that it is in our collective interest and it's our collective responsibility to join these associations, because at the core of our interest is representation, and proper representation at that of this great continent. So I shouldn't sit in a room and Africa is being talked about like a third world country that is, infested by zoos, and because you are just trying to be civil and get your grants, you keep quiet. No. That's under representation, misrepresentation. You are there in that global voice to be able to give accent to who Africa is, defend her honor, and create room for other African women to get into the room. Finally, collaboration and partnerships. Collaboration and partnership. Without understanding the first point, you would shortchange yourself in collaborations and partnerships. There was something Dr. Olori said earlier that I found very instructive. She said her mentor, her sponsor, had called her into a room to become a board member. Only for her to finish her presentation, they said, be a shareholder. If Olori from inception had understood that I am a shareholder category, she would go in there and say, me go on the shareholder. So at collaboration and partnership level, if you don't have the borders in your mind taken away, you will be shortchanging yourself at partnership and collaboration level. And this is what is going on at leadership level as far as nation building is concerned. You see Africans enter into debt at nations level, and they're given at the expense of their ports, their airports, their seaports. They're negotiating from a point of weakness and from a point of need. Why? Because the borders in our minds have not been removed. We believe that if we don't give them something of value, they will not be able to give us the loan. Guess what? That they have access to African market is too valuable.
That's right.
African women, listen to me. Let this be the shift in our thinking. That a person can, through you, have access to the African market. That's the value. You don't need to drop anything as collateral. The African market is 1.4 billion people, valued at $3.1 trillion as at now, but in 2050 is expected to double. meaning that it will singularly be the largest marketplace in the world.
That's
Any investor
right.
coming in today, they know. So if at that you're not even seeing it as value enough, you're not giving them your seat, but they will collect. The reason why is the borders in our mind have not been removed. So before you enter into partnership and collaboration and you're willing to sign off your entire business because you're looking for money, they'll tell me, give me 70%. And you go and sign it. You don't share. The borders in your mind have not been removed. That they have access to your market, they should jump and dance because it means that your business can create them the kind of wealth they have never had in their life. I pray that the limit in your mind will be removed. I'm telling you guys, the limit in your mind will be removed. That anytime you are called in for a meeting, they should see it as a privilege to want to do business with you.
That's so true.
Some of you will have to go and sit down with God so that God can reconstruct your entire mind. I'm telling you, some of you will have to. Because when he's done reconstructing, the just people you are seeing talking like this, no, I wasn't always like this. No, I wasn't. And I'm still a work in progress. That means that if you see me 5 years from now, as long as I'm still serving this God that I'm serving, you will look at me and you'll be seeing an entire continent. You will not see me. And that's because the Father that I serve, he will appoint me. And then I enter into places that are privileged to speak to me. You are the pride of Africa. Africa up until now has been waiting for the manifestation of you and your business. Africa up until now. If you don't rise up, we are going nowhere. And guess
That's
what?
so
I
true.
need you. The reason why I'm here talking and pouring out all my heart, it's not because I want to motivate you. I need you. You're a part of the stakeholders I need to advance this continent. I know my assignment, and I know that if I don't raise you, there's problem. So I need you. Enough of sitting down on your, this is not working, that is not working. Every one of us will have that stage of it's not working. But what do you see? Where are you going? And what is your conviction level that where you are going is possible? 3 questions. What do you see? Where are you going? What is your conviction level that where you are going is possible? If these 3 things are crystal clear, Ejeka love, Africa is ours to take over. God bless you.
Wow. This is mind blowing. Thank you so much, Just Ibe. You're such a phenomenal woman. I mean, like, are we still on earth? You took us, you blew us away. Thank you. I know that the pride of Africa rising from this place. It's time for women to arise, and thank you for bringing our minds, for showing us, giving us a roadmap, all right, to take. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. What you said, ladies, that was like wisdom back to back. And that was just so awesome, so mind-blowing. One thing she said is knowing your impact assessment. Powerful stuff, here. I want to encourage you. See, you can't hear these things just once. You need to hear it again and again and again to maximize this conference. I'd like to bring up very quickly, just to be you're not leaving yet, I'd like to bring up very quickly PD. PD is here. All right, PD is here, our director at the Living Ladies Foundation, our founder, a phenomenal woman, Africa's pride herself. All right, PD is here. She'll be coming up, shortly with Just eBay. Ladies, you don't want to leave here. You want to stay plugged in right here. Welcome on board, PD.
Thank you. Great to see you, Just eBay. That was amazing. That was mind-blowing, mind-wrecking, if we can say that. Like, you just wrecked every form of smallness in our minds and threw us into possibilities. Thank you so much. Dr. Lori. That was amazing. Thank you, PI. It's been an amazing day, and I want to appreciate everyone who has been with us right from the beginning up until now. Thank you. You're welcome. I think PI, I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to do, but I think people have 1 or 2 questions. You're muted, please.
Oh yeah, people have questions. All right, so ladies, please send me your questions. and PD will be here as well as just TB to address that. So please send in your questions. We'd like to take your questions right now. We'd like to take your questions. And then PD would share her heart with us about empowerment for African women.
Do I start that first then?
Oh, yes.
While the questions
please
come
go.
up. All right, thank you everyone. God bless you. Thank you so much, Justy Bay. I feel passionate about about the things you shared and about the things, a passion in your heart as well. All right, so the Leading Ladies Foundation is an organization that is focused on empowering women and preparing women, for takeover, so to say. We believe that women have so much more inside of them and so much more that they can do. And we have factors and things that have limited women over the time and over a long period of time. And if Africa is going to rise, if Africa is going to take her place, then women have got to rise. It is said, educate a woman and you educate a whole village, right? Empower one woman and you empower the whole village. Our aim is to empower women economically, socially, raise women on every level in politics and self-leadership. But we also realize that you cannot really empower a woman without empowering her economically. And we have started a campaign. To ensure that more women rise up in Africa, to ensure that the pride of Africa would find themselves and would rise up and take their place, right? And so we have what we call the WECA, that is the Women Economic Campaign Africa. And the whole idea is to empower 1 million women by 2030. And this we are so passionate about. We want to empower 1 million women economically through what we call the FIT training. Basically, we're saying, are you fit? Financial intelligence training. We know that women need education for them to move forward. And I'm not talking about the formal education, but I'm talking about, financial education, right? Women don't know anything about money, Justy Bay. Like, women don't know nothing about money apart from spending it. Maybe the average woman knows is, let me just sell something, make some money, pay some little bills, right? With small minds, just pay some little bills and get things moving. But here we're talking about big minds, big stuff, big projects, big businesses, big income that can really impact a nation, right? That can impact a whole continent. That's what we're talking about. So we have the FIT training, we call the financial intelligence training, which we're taking all through Africa to educate women, to sensitize women, to get women hungry for more. All right. And basically, the Leading Ladies Foundation. All right, so we have it in 3 parts, what we want to do. Please get your questions up so that Justy can answer those questions. So we have them in 3 parts. We have 3 stages. So we have the financial intelligence training, which is our campaign going. We know there's a woman in every home. So we want to reach every home. We want to reach the African continent. We want to reach cities. We want to reach nations to say, you know what? You were made for more. And educate women about finances, educate women about, business and all of that, right? And basically, that's one stage. The next stage is this, all right? We have what we call paid forward. That is, somebody sponsors you to that program, a friend, whatever, and then you sponsor somebody else to also, someone says around every empowered woman are other empowered women, right? And so we want to say, you know what? We want to have a voice, and we need your voice. We need your voice. We need your voice. We need your voice. We need you to rise up and say, you know what? African women have got to rise up, and this is our time, and this is the time, right? So we have so what happens, how you take it is somebody sponsors you, you sponsor somebody, and then we just pass it forward until every woman has been reached in Africa. The second stage of this is the funding. So when you sponsor somebody, where does the money go? It goes into a fund that goes to help women that need help, abused women, broken women. There are many women that are stuck in marriages today. They've been abused, but they can't escape. Why? Because they don't have money. How will I take care of myself? How will I take care of my kids? How am I going to move forward? So the money we're getting together is a funding that we're going to be able to empower women to start businesses and to get them off the ground so that they can start running. And the last phase of this is what we call the Dream Center. The Dream Center is a facility, a world-class facility that would house women, rehabilitate women, train women in business so that they can go back to mainstream life and start their lives back. All right. Women don't have where to go. It's going to be just a training center for women, all about women. Whether you've been abused, you're broken, you don't have anywhere to go, and all of that. And also, it's going to also be where women also get trained to take their businesses to the next level. We are so passionate about women, and we believe, we can keep saying, oh, we'll do it, or somebody, or wow, and then how we do it. But we're saying, you know what, somebody has got to say it's not okay. It's not okay for women to be abused. It's not okay for women to cope with all kinds of domestic violence. It's not okay for broken women. It's not okay for women to be raped. It's not okay for all of these things. It's not okay for women to be broke, right? It's not okay. And we have reason to be the answer and the solution to all of that. And we can't do it alone. We need all of us. We need all of us to rise up, lend your voice, right? Lend your voice, be a voice, and be a part of the campaign. You have women in your world, sponsor women. And it's so cheap. So I round off on this note to say, because you all have been amazing, all right? So the Leading Ladies Foundation is taking all of you, as many people as can fit into the quota that we have. Leading Ladies Foundation is going to sponsor all of you that registered properly, all right? As many as would, and I'm like, why not? To this, to the training, the fit training, coming up next. So you will get details, you will get information about, what next and all of that. And then we'll take you on that journey. I saw some women asking questions like, okay, I don't know what business to do. I don't know how to go about it. I don't know what to do. I want to say this, that we also have a school called the Leading Ladies Business Institute that empowers women and trains women in basic things, how to start up a business, how to get a business idea, and how to scale up your business. So you can also ask and send a mail to our email. Please post our email. Send a mail you'd like to know about Ella, the Leading Ladies Business Institute, right? And then we will get back to you. But for now, I need everyone to get ready for a roller coaster ride. All right. I need you all to get up and get ready. Get ready for the financial intelligence training and be a part of this campaign. The Pride of Africa is here, and you are that woman. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. PI, can you please bring PI up?
Thank you so much, PD. And congratulations, ladies, for everyone, who's registering for the financial intelligence training. You want to be fit? All right. Are you financially fit? All right. You just got an opportunity
I think there has
Okay.
to
It looks like PI's network has kicked her out. All right, so let's take these questions. How do you conduct a product research? Maybe I will start my question. I'll just ask you one question. All right. So, first of all, I know you were working. What helped you to make that decision? I mean, what gave you this kind of very strong passion? I mean, thinking about the fact that you were working in a place and then, you caught this passion for Africa. All right. So, what happened to you? Let's start from there.
Thank you, PDU, for having me. I don't take this for granted. Thank you. It means
Thank
a lot.
you.
Thank you. So I think my story is a rather peculiar one, but I'll share. I was working in a bank, and 3 years before I quit, I started to feel an extreme dissatisfaction with my job. And at that time, out of all my colleagues, I was the only one who was promoted to the next stage. So it means that technically everybody would say, just you're doing well. Out of all of us, only you got promoted. But I still felt a deep dissatisfaction. And I couldn't lay my hands on it. At that time, take note, PD, I wasn't a very strong spiritual person. I haven't really encountered the Holy Ghost. I go to church, right, religiously, but I didn't have that personal relationship with God. So by the third year, or by 3 years to when I wanted to leave, at this time I had started my business, my consulting business, long before then. 3 years to that time, I noticed that I now had the urge to leave banking operations to marketing. I was in bank operations, branch operations, where you would always be on a table morning to night. I moved to marketing that would give me freedom, thinking that with freedom, I would stop feeling that dissatisfaction. But the dissatisfaction grew worse when I moved to marketing. I would be talking to customers and trying to woo them to buy into our products. They would be looking at me and saying, "What do you do?" Literally. And it will always, "You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here." Because I would always bring a different level of intelligence to the table when I'm talking to customers. It's like I'm consulting for them instead of bringing them into the bank. And they are usually seeing more opportunities. Okay, we can do this, we can do that. By a year to when I was about to leave, that's when literally it was almost as though all my income got frozen. I'm talking about my income from my business, because at the time I was doing so well in my business. In fact, my business was doing 3 times my annual salary at the time.
Wow.
So I was balling. In my mind, I'm like, I can leave this job anytime. My business is doing okay. But I'm sure God in heaven was just looking at me and saying, it was more shit. So a year to when I left, my income in my business all of a sudden closed. Nothing was happening. And I was doing the exact same things, the exact same strategy. In fact, this time better. But it wasn't bringing 1 naira. It was at that point I started searching for God. I'm like, okay, God, this one, if it's not village people, it means that you are people get my attention. So I started to consciously wanting to have a deeper relationship with God. And as I was doing that, I noticed that the restlessness I was feeling that was so disturbing started to become desire. Restlessness started to turn into desire. And I followed on with whatever God was leading. I didn't even know at that time that it was God. And so at a particular time, I started praying for the right teachers, the right mentors. I just found myself praying it. And God now began to lead people into my life until I met someone who, most of you know her. I met DDK. I went to one of her meetings. I had an encounter with the Holy Spirit, and that kickstarted the rest of my journey. It was almost as though God wanted me to connect with her because I needed to have that encounter with the Holy Spirit. And that encounter started the rest. It was from that encounter, God now started to have personal conversation with me. Okay, you have finished what you are doing here. You are going to leave and follow me. That was how he said it. God said, leave and follow me. I said, where are we going? He said, just leave and follow me. So in my mind, I assumed, well, since I have a consulting business, when I leave, I'll go and do the consulting business. So I felt like, okay, since it's God. But unbeknownst to me, God had plans. So when I left, the first thing he said to me was, shut down your business. So I felt like, okay, you can't be doing that, God. You said, leave your job. I gave you. God had plans. So now you're saying, shut down your business. How would we feed? I have 3 children. They have to go to school and all of that. He said, just follow me. So I answered. I followed him. The first thing I did was go on a retreat. And at that retreat, I sat with him. I said, God, I'm not going to leave this place if you don't show me what we're doing. Because I have risked everything. I'm following you. So you have to show me where we're going. It's at that stage, and I started to say, okay, go and do this. It was instruction that came with show me where we're going. It was not the full 9 yards. Oh. I didn't catch this African vision in one encounter. Never. You will walk with God. Because God is interested in your heart, not the things, not the assignments, not the vision, your heart first. And so he just gave me an instruction, go and do this one. And so with joy, I did it with everything. And the moment I did that, it started to unlock and unlock and unlock.
That's
and
right.
unlock. And it began to unlock and unlock until we have the different things going on now, and a lot more are still being birthed, but from a place of intimacy. So I said all of this to say that the only reason I had conviction is I decided that I was going to trust him. If I fall, I fall. That's all. Because you are never sure. You will never be sure. In my case, I had everything to lose. 3 children. At the time, I was the breadwinner. Now I'm in school fees. How will it? I did not know. But I said, I will just trust this God and follow him. The beautiful part, however, is that I said, God, talk to your son, my husband. If Lord talk, it is you that is calling me. Give him rest so that he will not challenge anything. And strangely, my husband said, if he says go, go. If he says come, come. So he was just aligning. And I was just following God until entering deeper and deeper and deeper and all of the things that he says. So the answer to that question is 3D. The only conviction really is if you believe that God is able to carry you. That's the only conviction. The indices.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
By
That's
the
so
way, I forgot to
inspiring.
add this. At the time, I had just 300,000 naira in savings. So when people will say you have to have money for 6 months' salary, you have to have this and that, no, I did not mark any of those indices. In fact, the day God gave me the instruction to finally drop my letter, he said, you have 3 months till you drop your letter. Month 1, remove 100,000, keep it. Month 2, remove 100,000, keep it. Month 3, remove 100,000, keep it. 300K is all I had, home and abroad, the day I dropped my resignation letter. 300,000 2 years ago, look at what God has made out of me.
Wow, that's amazing. And that's why we always say that in life it's about walking on water. The power to walk on water will never come until you step on it. You just have to step out if you're going to do whatever you're going to do. And everything big always starts small. Wow. Because of time, I think we'll just take 2 questions. There's one up here, and others should please send emails to Leading Ladies Foundation at gmail.com, and we'll find a way to get the answers to you. And also, I'd like to encourage you to please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Very important. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right. So how do you conduct a product research for a large market like the makeup industry? What can a new business in the makeup industry do differently? I think you already said that, to go check. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say to
Let me
that.
just add a little, since she was niche specific. So in conducting market researches, there are 2 things you should be looking out for. New solutions that have not been created, or an improvement to a solution that already exists. 2 things. New solution that has not been created, or an improvement to a solution that already exists. You must have an end goal of any market research you want to do. Don't just say, I want to research the industry. What is your goal? So if you are looking for a new solution that has not been created, here you have to do a lot of primary research. Primary research meaning that you are now going to be the one to harvest the information yourself by bringing people into like a focus group to say, sit down, you use makeup a lot. Let me ask you specific questions. That's primary research. Secondary
That's
research
right.
is using information that already exists in the market that you can sample and say, based on this, I can start this. But if you're trying to create a new solution that doesn't exist, primary research is usually the way forward, because you are now having interface with the end users and asking them specific focus questions to help you identify what issues they have and how you can create solutions specifically for that issue that they have. I find, however, in the cosmetic industry, they've done a lot of work in terms of
Oh,
Everything
wow.
from freckles, so sorry guys. Everything from freckles to black. They have created solutions for them. However, what you now need to start paying attention to is for the African market, if we're going to leverage natural things that are not chemicals like benzoate, salicylic acid, and all the things we pour on our skin every day because we don't have healthier alternatives that cure the most serious problems that women have, especially as African women, are things that we import. Not research and create products that will do that, right? And if you're trying to improve
Oh, wow.
coverage, medium coverage, and all those things, ask specific questions to improve. In terms of essence of the research. Sorry, somebody's trying to call me. That's why it keeps interrupting. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Can we have just one more question? Just one more question. All right. Okay, makeup. Looks like there are many makeup people here. So I'm a young girl with a dream to own a beauty brand, makeup. What is the first step to turn this dream to reality? Even if I don't start now, at least a baby step, what to do first?
Thank you. The first thing is to start a makeup brand, you first need to understand which part of the makeup industry, which part of the value chain you want to go into. Establish that. If not, you will see different parts of the value chain and it will be doing you, should I do this one? Should I do this? That indecision will keep you paralyzed for a long time. So be certain which part of the value chain you want to go into. Having said that, the next thing is the easiest way to start today is learning. That's the easiest thing. Most times we look at starting a business and exclude learning as if learning is not part of the value chain. It's the most important part of the value chain. Recently, PD God started talking to me about starting my own hair business. He has been talking to me about this since 2020. And the only thing he has permitted me to really do is learn. So I have committed the last 3 to 6 months learning everything there is to learn about hair. And nobody knows that just does anything concerning hair. Just a few of my friends that will see me balling, babe, how far is your hair? I say, I just said, but you never come out publicly. Right? So what I have been doing is learning and learning and learning and researching all manner of things. After learning, the next stage
That's right.
is now doing DIY videos, teaching people instructive things around what you have learned. So like this makeup thing, start teaching people how to prevent acne after using makeup, how to clean up their faces properly, how to apply foundation in circular motions so that it doesn't clog their pores. I'm teaching you specifics that you can begin to teach as a beginner in the makeup space. Guess what? From just starting a vlog on YouTube as a makeup person, you haven't started buying merchandise. From just starting a vlog, people will start paying attention to you and people will start giving you their products to advertise. You're still making money. Before you know, you raise the income that you use in starting your own product line because it's very easy to start your product line. Don't be deceived. It's so easy. You can start your product line tomorrow like this. You don't need to do any hard work. Just go to private label. They finish the work. They'll just put your logo on it, and that's it. You see? So the beginning is knowledge. The next is putting out knowledge that you have learned in constructive and a strategic manner, in a way as though you are trying to go to a destination. If you want to start a business or you're about to start a business, there's a program I recommend. I completely recommend because I know that it teaches you everything you need to know about starting a business. I know that LLBI has a beginner's program, how to start a business, everything you need to know. Please, this lady, Eduma Blessing, please reach out to them. They will give you because I know I've taught in some of their sweat programs before. I know they have these programs. How to just start, the things to pay attention in content creation, in branding, in positioning, in all of those things, they have it. It will guide you on how to start.
Wow, thank you so much. Please let me bring her up. Thank you so much, Justy Bay. There was something you said just now, that to start up a product line is so easy, that you need to just I mean, can you talk about that just for 1 minute, because we are 2 minutes after time?
No problem. So there's something called private label. I hope I got the
Okay.
name right. It's private label. Let me just reconfirm on Google to be sure I'm saying the exact name. Private label. Yes.
I mean,
Private
what's the
label.
concept behind that?
So private label is a company that does any level of manufacturing, any kind. They have a large range of manufacturing, cosmetic, food, all manner of manufacturing. Their job is they don't have a brand, but they manufacture for brands. So you come to them with a formula to say, I want to create a lozenges for throat pain, right? This is what I want to add inside. Honey, this one, that one. They're a laboratory that is approved by FDI, all the different bodies that matter in America, right? You go with them with your composition and say, this is the composition I need. You may not be a scientist, but you may go and Google based on what is the popular composition of what you are trying to create. So you go with them, go to them with that composition to say, I want to create a lozenges for throat pain. And have done my research. This is what I need. I may not know the exact quantity of what is required in each, but I'm trying to create this. Let's work together. And they will create a meeting for you like this. They'll give you a specific rep that is like your account
Wow.
officer, right?
Wow.
They will contact you, and you guys will have a meeting. After that meeting, people will agree on design, everything, and they will just package for you and put your logo on top and ship to wherever you want to ship.
Wow.
It's a
Wow.
big
Knowledge is really powerful, you know. Knowledge, I believe
That's
there's
right.
someone here that has picked that up, you know. You may not even need it now, but you know, when you need it, you remember these things. So thank you so much for your time and for, you know, for everything you've downloaded for us today. We really appreciate. God bless you. Over to you, PI, please.
Wow, thank you. It's been a full day, at the Pride of Africa conference. Thank you, Just eBay. Thank you, PD. It's been phenomenal. It's been amazing. It's been awesome. Wow, where else would you have been for the last 3 hours? It's been super duper awesome. It's been back to back knowledge, wisdom. And that's what it takes to succeed. You see, if you're really going to succeed, you need to be at the right place with the right people, doing the right things, hearing the right things. All right. That's how we grow. That's how we expand our knowledge base. That's how we create the impact that we desire. Knowledge is power, and you must always go after it. And that's what leads me, to the next thing I like to talk about. Now, the conference is coming to a close, but these announcements are truly very important. You're going to be getting an email right about now. An email that tells you that you received a free training ticket, all right, for the FIT program. Don't miss this. Don't joke with this. Don't trivialize this opportunity. We've seen several women who have not earned anything in their life come for this financial intelligence training program, and they've been literally transformed. We had one woman who was over 60 years old, never earned an income, even though she was a trained nurse, she studied at school, but she had never earned an income. And just one day at the FEED program, what happened to her? Her mind suddenly opened to the enormous possibilities around her. She called me a few days later to say, PI, I'm earning my first income at the age of about 61 or thereabouts. So, it's the possibilities are enormous. All right. Now, this program would actually set you off on the right path, help you to understand the psychology of money, help you to understand how to grow your income, help you to understand the cash flow quadrant, help you become financially intelligent. All right. One of the reasons people never become wealthy and achieve their dreams in life is because they are financially unintelligent. You don't want to be, on that table. You want to become financially intelligent. You join this training on Monday night, I think at 8 p.m. All right. The link will be sent. All the details are right there in the email that has been sent. Now we have the community. It's called the Empowered Women Network. Wow. If there's anything that Just eBay and Dr. Olori spoke about, is the need to be in a community of people. Olori called them the hype women. All right. Justin called them your I think she said mentoring community or something like that, or get a mentors. All right. Now it's important that you are in the community where you can learn, you can grow, where you can have access to information. Wow, look at the wealth of information that Dr. Olori and Justin gave us today. Isn't that so awesome? You wouldn't have heard those things if you were not here. Now, at the Empowered Women Network, we make it our responsibility to ensure that as an empowered woman, the info that you need, the access you need to awesome things, grants, right, training programs, anything, books, whatever it is that the African woman needs to fly, needs to succeed, needs to become the pride of Africa. We make it our responsibility to get it across to you. PD said something, awesome. She said, behind every successful woman is a tribe of other successful women. Who is in your corner? Who is in your tribe? Who are the hype women around you? Do you have people who are passionate about your success, all right, as well, who want you to succeed by all means? Join the Empowered Women Network today. Now, the link to join as well has been sent in the email. Don't miss that opportunity. Join, get on board. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that immediately. All right, it's the Leading Ladies Foundation. All you need to do is hit the subscribe button, all right, and then as well turn on post notification so that every time we have programs, there are trainings, you can hear it first, all right? Never miss an opportunity to learn, never miss an opportunity to grow. You are the pride of Africa. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Leading Ladies Business Institute, on Instagram, the Leading Ladies Foundation. Awesome. It's been great being here with you all, for the last few hours, and growing and being transformed. And I appreciate you for staying up until the end. All right. Now, I know some people are already asking, can we get the recording? Can we get the recording? Can we get the recording? Don't worry. There are various opportunities. All right. Here with us at the Leading Ladies Foundation. Make sure that you check your email. We sent you an email, get it right there, register, and every other thing would communicate to you via email as well. Thank you to all our support team, everyone backstage. Thank you, our amazing speakers, Dr. Olori, Just eBay, PD. You're so phenomenal. Thank you to our administrative manager, Ifemade. Thank you, and all our technical support. We love you. We appreciate you. To every woman, you are the pride of Africa. Don't forget, we're rooting for you. We believe in you. You are royalty. You are precious. And you deserve the global stage. Let's rise. It's time to rise and win. Welcome to an amazing season. Welcome to a new opportunity to learn and to grow. We love you and we appreciate you. Thank you, the LLF team. Thank you to everyone on the Leading Ladies Foundation board, every volunteer, everyone who supported this. We love and appreciate you. Have an amazing, amazing day ahead. Thank you. We're going to have music playing in the background. All right. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, like and share. All right. Do it immediately. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Now we have a post on our Instagram and Facebook page. All right. Make sure you go there and give us your feedback. The email has dropped. I can see mine. It says you got sponsored. All right. I see the email, you got sponsored. So go check your email as well. You just got sponsored. Click on it, register. We'd love to hear from you, your feedback as well. Give us your feedback on Facebook and Instagram. A post has been put there. The link will be shared in our community. We want to hear from you. Give us your feedback. We love you. I'm rooting for you. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
When advertising on YouTube, I know that making an authentic video with